Good morning, everybody. It is a fantastic Sunday. Can't believe I'm this rested after a long community game night last night. Sorry for the delay, everybody, but as you know, we do wait for Crap waits for me. Sometimes I wait for him. Crap has mornings. You worked this morning, right, Crap? Is that what happened?
Yes. I get up early and then go take care of it, and then I get back in time. And I was like, damn, I need some caffeine. So I stopped at a drive-thru real quick, and then I got caught in this huge line. and so I was like, oh, damn it, man. I would have been home in time. But then I was like, I'm 5 minutes out. And I was like, I got some caffeine at least. You know what I mean? So I'm good to go. Because, last night I stayed up, and then I fell asleep on the mic, actually. And then
I thought so, because someone said, "Is Crap still here?" I'm like, he's here in body, but not in spirit.
So I fell asleep, and then I woke up to something, and then I was like, I gotta go, guys. I gotta, you know what I mean? I was like, I gotta go. So.
That's hysterical.
Yeah.
No. Last night really was. First of all, in case anybody wants to know, so community game night was supposed to be Doom last night. And it ended up that game really is
Doom will never
cursed.
happen. It will never, ever, ever, ever happen.
It's just cursed. There's no way around it.
Yeah, there was just so you guys know, there was a 15 gig install download update for it. So Mooch messages me and he's like, start the download now. And so I started it now. I was nowhere near ready. My internet speed was crappy last night. So I didn't get it. And then Mooch, you had problems with it too. What was your problem?
Well, so my problem was this: the 15 gig download was piece of cake. That went through it, no issue. All of a sudden, I went and tried. I just wanted to get a couple rounds in before, call it what you will. Yeah. And so every time I just got into a match, it booted me back to the home screen. So I found out. I figured it was just a me problem. So what I did was I said, well, I got to uninstall the game. So I uninstalled it fully, and then I went to go reinstall it. And I mean, I don't know. For some reason, I don't know. Some of you guys in the audience may understand what I'm saying here. You ever realize sometimes you download something and it's super quick, and then you download something right after that again, and it's just all of a sudden it's just it's like watching sand drop from an hourglass. It just wouldn't. So it took a couple of hours for me to reinstall the 62 or 63 gigabyte download for Doom, including all the DLC. Nonetheless, so that all didn't work out. Others were having problems. So we switched to what is and what forever will be known as the only Titanfall, Titanfall 1, which I thought, Crap, you did a great, I'll tell you right now, anybody in Hollywood that wants a true Hollywood villain, give Crap Gamer a call. This man makes Hans Gruber, whoever it was from Die Hard, look like a pansy ass. Crap, you did a great job of sounding like Vincent Pella's fucking PR man.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, Titanfall 2 is a great game.
Oh, God. Folks, everybody put your seatbelt on. Today's going to be the first MNC Mornings where you see the co-hosts do a little. Today's going to be a real Howard Stern moment.
So. It's funny, though, because I actually I do like the game, right? I think it's a good game, and I think it's better than the tech test actually was. I think that they've done a good job.
From what I see, I agree with you, but go ahead, Crap.
Yeah, and other than that, I do agree. Vincent Pella's an ass bucket, and I think that but again, also I don't like Neil Druckmann. You know what I mean? But I still like Uncharted. Right. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing about Neil Druckmann is this. Okay, listen, we all have there's a lot of enemies that are, use the word enemies in government history, this and that. But, you ever notice there's some people that are technically quote unquote bad guys or guys you didn't care for, and you're like, but you say, you know what? I respect that individual because, yes, I don't particularly like that individual, but he's a talented son of a bitch, and, fill in the blank, fill in the blank, fill in the blank. See, when it comes to someone and great example, Crap, with Neil Druckmann. The thing about Neil pisses me off too in certain actions, but Neil pisses me off. But then I sit back, okay, and I say, okay, totally an ass thing he said, totally a jerk off thing he said. But at the same time, I would have said the same thing he said because that's his brand, that's his baby, and he is one way or another, he is on that Sony side. See, Vincent Pella, people are saying, is good business because he's catered in the PS4. That's bad business because he wants the dollar on both sides of the equation, right?
Yeah, well, as a businessman, I can understand that, but I do feel like it's weird because I think Titanfall 2 is going to sell less than Titanfall 1.
Absolutely.
And I think that the reason being is the Xbox community really embraced Titanfall 1. I mean, that was you got to look at what was going on at that time, right? We were getting curb stomped You know, literally, like there was not like at that time BGST was it. Everybody was just like Xbox fans were afraid to speak out, so we were huddling around this game. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we loved that game, and it was great.
It became our go-to game.
Yeah.
Yes. And
yeah.
The thing is, though, Titanfall 1 is becoming timeless crap. We played it last night. I had a goddamn blast.
Yeah, it's still really, really great game. Like it is, and it's so fast. I do, but it doesn't have a grappling hook, and it doesn't have a B button that you push and you slide across the map.
Well, listen, I can see where those two things that you're talking about right now, crap, become like a crutch. I can hear you as you're saying, you're like, boy, I wish it was still here. I wish that was in Titanfall 1. The thing about it, though, that I got to tell you is that, first of all, the grappling hook, I only played the tech test, but the grappling, well, I did play a little bit of Titanfall 2 at a buddy of mine's house. But like that, I can't say that really counts. I played like one match. But hear me out real quick. The grappling hook, I don't even use. Isn't that you can pick that as a setting to use on your character? You don't have to, or is that a default item?
I think you... Yeah, you have to pick it. Yeah, you have to pick it.
So that one was never of interest to me, but then again, I haven't practiced with it. And the slide crap, I totally understand what you're saying, that you became used to using it, but that's really kind of a cheapo thing to throw in there. Make it an ability at least where if you pick that slide, it takes away something else. Because here you are, I'm watching video of everyone playing Titanfall 2, and they're literally sliding on their ass through the entire match. It almost looks like that deal with it GIF we use on Twitter, where the guy's sliding on the slip and slide, and he's got the glasses on and says deal with it. You're just sliding right through. I'm like, it seems a little like BS, but I do understand where you got used to using it.
Yeah, well, because look, Call of Duties all do that now. You know what I mean? Like all the games, like shooter type games, kind of do that. So yeah, I think that it is a little bit odd. I don't know. I think the game's pretty good. Titanfall 2, Titanfall 1 is the better multiplayer game, but I think Titanfall 2 is okay. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty good. It's not as good as I don't know. Like, I don't know. People will make a comparison like Battlefield 1 or Titanfall 2. Completely different games, completely different audiences.
Truly, you're right, crap. That's not fair. I would say if you want to really talk apples to apples, let's get down to it. Let's see what people are going to say when Call of Duty. And people like, listen, all gamers, all of us, and I did it not this year so much because I said I was kind of Jones in the old COD again because I took 2 years off. But I'll still put myself in that category. You have to compare Titanfall 2 to more of a COD, right? Because COD's a game you can pick up crap, play a couple rounds, put it down. Same thing like Titanfall.
Yeah.
Battlefield. Shout out to Jez Gordon from Windows Central. Me and Jez and the Xbox Pope, Tommy. We all played some. We played some, and Tyler as well. Some Battlefield yesterday morning, and Battlefield is. You have to meet a half an hour before you play the game and have a strategic layout of the battlefield. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's really not just like follow me. I'm following Jez and these guys, and Jez is it's just like watching Saving Private Ryan. Crap, like I'm right behind Jez, and all of a sudden Jez's helmet and his head get knocked off. I'm like, oh no, that was my leader. Where the fuck do I go now?
Yeah.
So I mean,
it's rough. I mentioned that. I was on the next podcast with Xbot and those guys yesterday, and I was like, that game is like Saving Private Ryan. You know what I mean? You just like, you're sitting there shaking back and forth, like, what do I do? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it can be that way.
And I mean it's because I look at gaming as a little bit more, I look at it as recreational. I think Battlefield's almost a way of life crap. It seems very, very, it's rigid and structured.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think that it's, but it's fun. You know what I mean? It's like, if you have the time, and that's more of a team-based game. Like me, I can hop in Titanfall 2 and do well on my own. You know what I mean? Like I can, and those matches only take like 5, 6, 7 minutes. Whereas Battlefield, there might be some modes that are shorter, but realistically, you're looking at a half hour or more. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that that's like a huge difference between those games. They're really different audiences. I think that's probably why they decided to launch that game, and then also launch Titanfall, because they're two vastly different games. I think realistically, EA just wants to beat Call of Duty, even if it takes 2 games. Yeah.
Well, you know what though, crap. And listen, that brings up another story. The Titanfall 2, and I mean, people are saying, how do you know? It's only 2 days. Well, listen, unfortunately, guys, we're not talking about Gears of War. We're not talking about Uncharted. We're not talking about Halo. Those are games that as the months continue, yes, they decline in sales, but they keep a steady rate because they're the franchise winners. Titanfall 2 is not a franchise winner. As a matter of fact, it's not as much of a household name as I thought it was. And what they're seeing was it must have been a very low amount of pre-orders, crap. And after that, I mean, listen, I'm going to use rough. These are rough numbers, everybody. And I have to use the source. Jez tweeted out yesterday that 36,000. This is at midnight. This is at midnight in Europe. Europe, not Pennsylvania, folks. Europe. That's a continent. In Europe, when he logged on at midnight, there was 36,000 people playing Titanfall 2, 900 people in the attrition category, or if you will.
That's rough.
That's not good, people. Okay, 36,000 is not good for a continent.
For an example, when Call of Duty Black Ops 1 went backwards compatible, that hit over 100,000.
Exactly. Just to put things in perspective, right? And that game is older than sin. And you know what? Listen, I chose to, and I've said this every week. Anyone that follows BGST, Crossfire, Xbox Nation, you'd know what I'm talking about. I chose to put my money. My money is stacked on Call of Duty. You're probably saying, what do you mean? Look, Crap's the first one that talked me into the whole COD 4 remaster, which, by the way, Crap, I'm not holding you responsible. I'm an adult, right? I agree with you.
I love that game.
I think it's going to be fun. I think you've kind of got a little bit of the nostalgia thing happening. And the other thing that got me excited was, here we are, and you have all these people talking about Titanfall 2. COD with 2 games comes out Friday, people. Friday, right? I mean, that's insane. For some reason.
That was another thing I wanted to talk about a little bit was why, it is Friday, but why has all these big games come out on Fridays this year?
Doesn't it make sense, though, Crap? I mean, listen.
It makes perfect sense to me, but I'm just curious as to why.
Well, can I say something? I said it a couple of weeks ago on this show, Crap, when we were talking about, it was a different subject. We weren't talking about this at all. But I said the market nowadays, people are like, you guys still play games? We're the market, people. If you don't realize that, because we have a lot of fans that are in their young 20s, right? We have fans that are in their 30s, fans 40s, 50s, and a couple in their upper teens. And people who are in the 17 to 30 range, what do they always say, Crap? I don't have enough money for both. I don't have enough money for both. The expendable cash, okay, is when you talk to, and I don't want to put anyone's names out there, but there's a lot of like people that are in our chat right now that like the Matty Beasts, myself, you know, people that go to work every day, but we're like, yeah, we have an extra $60, or even Jez said, I have some expendable.
Yeah, I bought every goddamn game, all the games. I got Skyrim, I got all them damn games.
That's what I'm saying. Now, don't get me wrong, Crap. You are the anomaly. Okay, you are the anomaly. I gotta say, we can't use me and you as an example, especially you. You buy everything, but don't get me wrong. That's 2 things. First of all, it's your hobby. Second of all, you've made it a part-time gig in the YouTube world. So what you're doing is you're definitely doing your due diligence. But getting back to your question is why Fridays is. Not only is that the market, but people that work hard, that are buying all these games, again, that 30 to 50 group, they can play it on Friday. We can't play it at 12:01 on Wednesday morning.
This is true. This is like, to me, it always makes sense because for the average people, they get weekends off. Like, that's not really a thing for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I work both days. But
hey, Crap, I apologize to interrupt. Jay Williams has just let me know, guys. You can call in. I apologize for not putting it in the descriptor. It's MC Space Morning. Is it Space Mornings?
Yeah.
MC Space Mornings on Skype, and you can call in. I'll try and make that adjustment while we're here. Crap, go ahead. I apologize. I hate to interrupt.
Yeah, so I was just saying, but a lot of people, like the average person, you will have weekends off, so it makes sense. They go get their game on Friday, and they have all weekend to play it. Like that. That's why movies open on Fridays. You know.
Well, that's it. I mean, doesn't it make sense?
It makes sense. Yeah, it makes complete sense.
I'm typing into the chat now so everybody can see. Listen, everybody, listening.
We in there too. I was
we've
like,
got a great
Space Mornings.
We have a huge show today, Crap. Right? We got a lot of We have a new way we're giving away a prize. All the voicemails. We want to get through all the voicemails today because the voicemails have all been put into a spin wheel, which you guys will see later. Jay has a great graphic, and we'll spin the wheel, and all the voicemails that contributed today will get one of the big prizes.
Yeah. We're going all in, man. We're nut hutting it, dude. We're just like morning zoo crew. Like, hey, welcome, MNC Mornings. It's 74 degrees out right now. Damn, MNC Mornings.
It's going to be a busy morning, Crap, so get that coffee ready.
Oh, yeah. MNC Mornings. What's up?
How can we help you?
I guess they didn't want their coffee.
Hey, Mission Crap, big fans of y'all. I got kind of a two-part question. The first question is, do you guys think Titanfall 2 would have been benefited by possibly releasing in March like it did before? And also, do you think that the Scorpio will be bundled with the new Microsoft VR headset they announced? Thanks, guys.
That's a really good question. Well, I'll answer the Scorpio thing. I think that they will do a bundle where you can get Scorpio and affordable headset for probably a pretty cheap price. Definitely cheap. What'll be interesting is you'll be able to get a better console than the PS4 Pro, a better VR headset than the PlayStation VR at a cheaper price than both of those things. You know what I mean? That's going to blow people's minds. So, I mean, look, for $299, you got my attention. You know what I mean? Just like, I think that's gonna be, if somebody's gonna make VR take off, it's gonna be Microsoft, because they're the ones that seem to be on top of the tech right now, in my opinion. That Surface Studio sold out already. Sold out. You're talking about sold out. $3,000, $4,000 product, completely sold out. Why? Because people like that stuff. You know, like Jay Williams, wouldn't you have loved to get one of those?
I'm starting a Kickstarter just so I can get one of those son of a bitches.
That's what I'm talking about. You should.
That's I mean, here
I throw you $10. Come on.
Crap! That was literally like walking by a wishing well and throwing a penny into it.
Thanks, Yoshida.
It's like it's like a $5,000 computer. Crap's like, I'll throw you $10 or something, bro. Like it's a pizza. Listen, right?
There you go.
I got $10 on that 24 cut. Listen, I don't know about the headset in a package to the caller. I think you're going to see Scorpio, Sans, the Kinect. Of course, Kinect is gone. God bless you, Kinect. Rest in peace, 2013 to 2014. And even though I still have mine plugged in.
I do too.
I don't know what I'm using it for except for facial recognition, and just like I feel like I purchased it and I want it there.
Yeah.
It's almost like a trophy. So I don't even know where I'm going with that. But to be honest with you, is the headset, I don't know, crap, because I think it's all going to depend on what happens with the other three, right? PSVR, Oculus, and Vive. If those three kick ass this year, we may see Microsoft be aggressive and put it in the box. We've got a caller, though.
Hey, MNC Mornings, what's up?
Pull up to the second window.
Hey, I have a question regarding how Brexit affects the gaming industry. I've seen Lionhead and Evolution close this year. What do you think will affect Codemaster and other UK game studios?
That guy is.
I'm gonna need a little help, Jay. Did you get that on your end? Because he came through very low, and I didn't put your mic up.
Pretty muffled. Maybe he'll call back, and I'll ask him to be a little clearer. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. Do you know what he asked?
Not entirely, no.
Yeah, okay. Hey, well, the first caller, what did he ask about Titanfall? Did he ask something?
Let me, if you don't mind, crap.
Go ahead.
Titanfall 2 happens to be one of my favorite subjects.
Great game, by the way.
Yeah, it's really something. Listen, so he said, would it have benefited if it came out in March? The answer to that question is absolutely. Two reasons. The game needed a lot of work. Let's not let Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty steal all of Titanfall 2's bad sales here, folks. The game itself let a lot of people down. Okay, what the studio did as far as what they did with the marketing and how they handled Xbox fans, that's another category. I want to stick to the caller's question in March. March would have benefited the game for twofold. One being the game needed a lot of work. It still needed, the campaign could have used a little this and that. The multiplayer still it's still very much not like Titanfall 1. You can see they tried their damnedest in 2 months to make it back to what it used to be.
Yeah.
But they were a day late and $1 short. Number two would have been the fact that it would have had less competition in March. Okay, yes, I know there's rumored to be games such as Sea of Thieves, Halo Wars 2, all in that February, March, April time frame, but it would have had its own claim to fame, I believe, in the first-person shooter category, crap. So I think it would have really kicked ass come March, and maybe you would have gotten the old mooch on a different bandwagon if it was then, and it was a little bit more of a lull. Myself personally, between the follies and the fumbles that Respawn did on their campaign trail, Vincent Pella's putting his foot in his mouth, and then the game just being subpar to its what do you call it there, a predecessor. Personally, you lost me. Plus, we have all these other games coming out. But this may be the other caller calling back. I hope it is.
Welcome back to MNC Mornings. How can we help you?
You sound like an 80s fucking like.
What do you think about YouTube commentators flip-flopping? And do you think Titanfall will outsell Battlefield 1? And shout out to K Mega and Xbox 448.
Okay, so that was I just want to go over that again. That was Will Titanfall beat Battlefield 1?
Yeah, in sales, I think, but
the answer to that is that's hell to the no, by the way.
That's not going to happen.
What was the first one there? Oh, flip-flopping YouTubers?
Yeah, you know what? Look, here's the thing with that, right?
Right.
People are human.
Yeah, people are people.
You don't understand that, right? Like there is genuinely people that that'll say one thing and then have a thought about something and then like with me, like, and I have no problem admitting this stuff, like with the VR stuff. Remember, I was like, oh man, it sucks, blah blah blah.
Right.
And JKB was like, hey man, you should try it out. You try it out, and then you get a different kind of perspective, and you're like, hey, you know what I mean? I can see where you're coming from. So what people would consider, like, it's so fickle, like some of the fans and some of the other YouTubers, it's like, oh my god, you flip-flop, you're a fraud, you did this because you said one thing and then did the other, or otherwise known as being fucking human.
Well, let me say this much, Crap. First of all, I'm going to back you up, and you're right. Okay, we are all human here, but I do want to defend the audience and the fans, because remember something, Crap. What do? There's a million YouTube channels. They latch their lasso onto your star because what you've said, or not you, I'm not putting Crap Gamer on the hot seat. This goes for Mooch, goes for anybody with a YouTube channel or anybody vocal that's out in the public. They latch their lasso to your star because they found someone that's speaking what they feel in their gut. And then when that person changes their mind, which is their God-given right, it doesn't, you know what, to a certain effect, it offends them. It offends, and I understand that. So I want the audience to know that even though you may feel like that with Crap or myself or anybody, I understand where you're coming from, because I'm also, listen, you know what they say? You're not just the club president, you're also a client. I'm not just on YouTube. I also have fans of people that I watch on YouTube, and sometimes they do that. But yeah, remember, Crap is right. It's a human element, people. So it's not necessarily just, we're doing it because we're trying to get a fast one on the audience.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's no intentional stuff like, oh my god, I'm going to say one thing and do the other. Like, I'm human, you're human, everybody. So
absolutely,
I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, that's basically how I feel about that. Hell, I would love for some of those people that hated Xbox without even trying it to get one and say, oh man, I was wrong about that. I wouldn't say, hey, you're a flip-flopper. I'd say, hey, you're human. And we got a call. Man, busy morning. MNC Mornings. Hello.
Hi, this is Mohammed from Toronto. How do you guys think Brexit will affect UK studios? Will you have Lionhead and Evolution closed this year? What would happen to Codemasters and the others?
Okay, so I think that's the guy that called in earlier, right?
Yeah. Did you catch it this time?
Yeah. He's asking, what do we think about? How do we think Brexit will affect like UK game studios and like Codemasters and stuff like that?
Great question.
That is a good question. I think short term you could see some issues. Long term, I think the UK is going to be fine. I think they're going to be better than fine. I don't want to get too political because people like flip out, but
listen, just from talking to certain people from the UK, Crap, I totally agree with you. I think the UK is going to be just fine.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll affect game studios. We would have seen when something happens that affects monetary value that was as such an impact as that event, it would have happened already. I don't think you're going to see any. I think things are just doing very well. I think everything's rebounded already over there. That doesn't mean that people aren't against it still.
Yeah,
they very well may be. Even in the United States, when you have an election, it takes like 6 months after the election for people to be like, okay, this is the status quo. So I don't foresee any issues, and I think ultimately England will be better for it.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that wow.
Yeah, MC Space Mornings on Skype, folks. People keep asking in the chat. My apologies for not putting it in the description.
Yes, MNC Mornings. How can we help you?
Hey, Mucha Crap, man. Big time Muchaholic and the Crapaholic. I just got a question. What are y'all projections on Dead Rising 4, like far as sales figures? And Mooch, I deeply respect you, man, but Titanfall 2 is a great game, man.
No.
Listen to y'all call. I mean, listen to y'all answer. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah. First of all, let me answer that call. Crap. First of all, I want his local authorities to know that Vincent Pella is holding that man hostage. So if we could please get somebody over to my man's house real quick and help him out because he's being held hostage by the evil Vincent Pella. No, what I want to say is, first of all, Titanfall 2 is an okay game. Crap's gonna use the word great. The caller just used a great term as well. I'll use the word okay. But what's the his first part was what, Crap?
He was wondering he was wondering something. Oh, he was wondering about the Dead Rising 4 sales.
Oh,
like
crap.
I gotta start writing this stuff down. People ask
me too. I started doing that too. By the way, I'm gonna say this and then I want to throw the mic to you, Crap, because I know you're a Dead Rising fan. I am so stupidly excited for Dead Rising 4. I've just been kind of being giddy about it myself and not talking about it as much. For some reason, I just have that like oomph to be able to put a game on, create stupid shit. I'm not going to lie to you. When it goes into a cutscene on Dead Rising 3 and you're dressed like somebody who's like you have an afro, a huge like mustache, and you're wearing like a sombrero and a donkey, like you're riding a donkey, and they're like, you don't understand. You need to save the world. And you're like, I do? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I sit there laughing so hard at the character combinations you can make. But Crap, go ahead and speak to it. I know you're a huge DR fan.
Well, yeah. Did you see the new Dead Rising 4 commercial? There was a new one, and like it shows you can like they brought the silliness back. Like he dresses up like however he wants. Like he can dress like in a dress or whatever. Right. You know what I mean? So I think that's cool. I think that they, I would say easy. It would be easy to say 1.5 million or so. You know what I mean? Like to me, that sounds about right. I'm still not convinced. I had somebody message me. They're like, "Do you think this game will go to PS4?" I'm not convinced that it will.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We haven't really heard anything about that.
Yeah, I mean, nobody ever said it was going to come to PS4. With Rise of the Tomb Raider, we heard definitively that it would. You know what I mean? I think that it's going to do well. The first one sold 1.3 million within the first few months or whatever, but that was the Xbox One launch. So 1.5, 2 million, I could see that all day. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really looking forward to it. I have it pre-ordered, so I'm excited for it. You know,
I'm in day one on that.
Yeah, I love that. I love that series, and it's kind of goofy and silly, but there's zombies in it. Like, I need that kind of change of pace with zombie games.
I'm not tired of zombies, though. I'm still not. And there's some. I love the asshats that are in the gaming media, right? So if you guys remember back when Assassin's Creed Black Flag came out, they said, this was IGN. I don't know if all you guys are tired or not of zombies, but the new thing is pirates.
Yeah,
pirates are the new thing. And I was like, first of all, I'm not in on that, to be honest with you. And second of all, let's hope to God, like everything else the gaming media says, they're dead wrong. And they were. Yeah. And now they're saying, because of what Gears 4 did they're saying robots, like huge, like crazy. You use your sci-fi imagination. Robots are going to be the new zombies. And guess what? They're not either. Zombies, for some reason, will always play a role. And if you think I'm lying, think about all those 80s movies, right, Crap? Who was the United States always at war against in the 80s movies? It was always Russia versus the U.S., right? The Cold War. And it just always seemed to be like those were the bad guys, even when it was like oh, God. Remember Cloak and Dagger? It was like, who are they? They're the Russians. So it was always like something like that. And in this case, who are the bad guys? It's the zombies. And when it's not the zombies, what do? Zombie Dom. Or they have Red Dead Zombie, whatever they did, that Zombie Red Dead edition they did. So even when zombies aren't part of the game, the developers still put zombies in there some way.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I just think that's the way it is.
Hey, I agree. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to the game. I'm hyped for it. Hey, I know we got a lot of voicemails. Yeah, we better let Jay. You got one that you can queue up for us, Jay?
Sure. Let's start off with Sandworm.
All right,
okay. Sandworm. Let's go.
Sandworms.
Hey guys, this is Sandworm from Northern Ohio. Yeah, I love the show. I was just curious what you guys thought if the Xbox Scorpio did not come with a controller in order to keep the price down. Personally, I think it's a good idea with everybody having the Elite controllers and stuff. So just wanted to see your guys' thoughts. Thanks for the show. Bye.
Well, Sam, let me chuckle at your question for a second. Ha 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 ha. Okay, listen. When the Xbox One S was announced, remember how NeoGaf went on about a controller not being included?
Yeah.
Like, you cannot do that. You have to have a controller in there. It's not going to be an elite controller. It's just going to be a regular controller. And you have to have one. Could you imagine? Hey, man, I bought this console and it has no controller.
The minute he said that, I saw like a mushroom cloud go over Redmond. Like the minute he said that, but I do know where he's coming from. He's saying a lot of Scorpio consumers are going to be people that already own Xbox Ones or Xbox One S's, right? Crap.
Yeah.
So what he's saying is, would they have a bundle that's maybe $50-$60 cheaper that just comes with the unit itself because it's going to pair with our current?
I think that'd be way confusing. Because
you can't do that. You just can't do that. A great idea. Wouldn't happen though. Wouldn't happen.
I think you'd be better off doing a 500 gig one and marketing that towards people that already have external hard drives. You know, that makes more sense to me. I
agree. I think you're right. I think you and GKB kind of got into it a little bit. And you guys were both agreeing that there would be a 500 gig. Yeah. I thought the low would be 1 terabyte, just because it just sounds like next gen crap. You know, we've been saying gigs for a while now. If you say here's your Scorpio, and by the way, Scorpio comes with a 1 terabyte, you know, as an entry level, you kind of feel like you're in that next grouping. I don't know.
I think that if they need to do a 500 gig, even if it's not one that widely sells, you got to have something that's going to be so you can say, here it is, $399. I don't care what you got to cut out from it. You know what I mean? Like, $399. You gotta match that pro point at some point. Even if you have a more expensive one, you know, you could have a $200 more expensive one. But as long as you have one base model that's $399, you're good.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I mean, that seems to be the magic number.
Man, we're on fire today, man. Another call.
I think there's a lot of calls that'll be coming in. We have a ton of voicemails too.
Yeah, M&C Mornings. Hello.
All right.
There he is. You're live.
Gucci crap. This is Recon 211 calling in from Detroit, Michigan. So far for 2016, what's your game of the year? And also, when do you think we'll hear some official news regarding Project Scorpio?
Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, game of the year. Crap, you're Titanfall 2, right?
Oh man, well, Gears 4 actually, but
okay, just want to make sure we weren't. You know, I didn't know if I was going to have to put more Baileys in my coffee. I wasn't sure.
I think that nobody else will probably give Gears 4 a game of the year, but I think that is. As far as Scorpio, we'll hear about that next year, early on. You're going to want to start hyping it. The good news is Microsoft hasn't stopped talking about it. They've been upfront talking about it, what it's going to do. You know what I mean? The only true 4K native game machine, high fidelity VR. So they have all the games. I mean, we know surprisingly a lot about this. All the exclusives are going to be native 4K at launch. There's going to be patches. Gears 4 is going to run in 4K. So we actually know quite a bit about this stuff. It's going to be compatible with all Xbox One games. There's damn near 300 backwards compatible 360 games now. That's huge in my opinion. I saw it was funny because Tim Dog was like, oh, Xbox One S, you know how like he does the advertising shtick, you know, because he works for Microsoft, obviously. So
yeah, that's right.
He's like, are you yawning?
I did. I don't know what the hell you said. I need more coffee. I got plenty of sleep. Sorry about that, folks.
You're like,
I was like, oh, man. Holy crap.
But yeah, so he's like 250 backwards compatible game. Mikey Barra corrected him. He's like, actually, it's 280 now.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I don't think Microsoft's doing a lot of hiding as far as all that's concerned, crap. They're really putting their cards out there saying, look, we're proud of what we're doing.
Yeah, so, I like that. And even Phil Spencer's like, hey, we got the, this stuff, and you're going to be able to use your Elite controllers, and all your stuff's going to be good. That's what I like about it, Like I have games on external hard drives. If I get a Scorpio, plug that right into the Scorpio. I'm good to go. No fuss, no fuss.
The other thing is to answer this question on game of the year, I would say that it is also Gears 4 for me. For a while, it was Quantum Break. But now I think I would say Gears. I've put I'll look it up in between next call, but I put a lot of time into Gears, and I'm really enjoying every minute of it. And Gears is playing an ultimate role why I won't, and I'm standing my ground even further, why I don't think we need to go buy Titanfall 2. There's just so much stuff to play. And anybody who's getting COD this weekend, which everyone's going to say they're not, and then, listen, you don't get to 25 million in sales every year because you don't buy it. You know, I mean, somebody's buying it, crap.
Oh, you know what? It's like, you know, I don't know. I don't want to compare it to politics, but yeah, people are definitely buying Call of Duty. I bought it. You know what I mean? And
I bought it. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I always say I'm not buying it, and I do. So
I just hope you play it longer this year.
Oh, Call of Duty 4 all day.
All
MNC
right.
mornings. What's up?
MNC mornings.
What's up, guys? What's happening, man? This is your boy K Mega 45, man.
Oh.
I love the show as always. I do have a question. It's about Kingdom Hearts. I'm listening to everybody in the chat that was talking about it, and I was thinking, I was talking to somebody about it the other day, and I'm thinking that game, even though it's on PlayStation 4, comes out first, the older games. I think that it might be a bundled deal that'll come out with the when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, that it's gonna be a bundle deal where all the 3 games will be together. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm just making an assumption. What do you guys think about it? All right, great show, man. I'm out.
Oh, good
Great to have K Mega call in. K Mega, huge new addition to BGST and a big new fan base in the Xbox community.
Yeah, if you guys aren't following him or whatever, you guys need to get on that because that guy knows what he's doing and knows what he's talking about. So.
Yeah, sub to K Mega 405.
The Kingdom Hearts thing, right? Here's the thing. This is why I don't know. It's a little bit odd. So Kingdom Hearts 3 coming to Xbox One. When the amount of fan base that most of the fan base has never played any Kingdom Hearts game, like I haven't, so it would make sense to bring all the games. You know, I don't understand why they wouldn't.
Can you tell me what the hell that game is? I've actually watched people play it, and I'm still like, where the hell does Goofy come into it? What's happening?
Well, it's Disney characters or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like a JRPG with Disney characters, and you're trying to do something. I don't know, because it's weird because it's Japanese. You know, so hold on. I'm not saying the Japanese are weird inherently. I'm just saying that it's a weird Japanese game. Jesus Christ. Hey, do you got a drop?
Now.
Do you got a drop?
Can we do a drop, Jay?
Yeah. Do the first drop, will you?
Yeah, crap insert.
Yeah, foot.
Open mouth insert foot.
Yeah.
Mooching crap in the morning, practicing healing through humor, including the use of parody and hyperbolic statements pulled from their collective backsides. Ha ha, ha ha, ha ha.
I love the editing I did on that one because I made her sound like she was in like a submarine or something, and then
you know what's
like
great? I enjoy those drops more than anything, only for one reason. I like the enjoyment you get out of them, crap. I don't know how the audience thinks about them, but I think that you love them.
Here's the thing. I like to cover my ass with that stuff. You know what I mean?
Somebody just wrote in the chat, is she calling from heaven? That's great. I love it.
MNC morning. What's up?
Please pull through the craps window.
Hey guys, how's it going? Great show. First of all, I wanted to congratulate Sony on the launch of the PS4 Pro that is coming out pretty soon. It's the first major console launch without any first-party support, which I think is ridiculous. And second, what do you guys think about this Beam service? Basically, the way I see it is a lot of the people on Twitch, for example, they're monetizing with donations, or somebody wants to do any type of like fundraiser for like a charity or whatever. And Microsoft really hasn't talked about that. And I think that's pretty important things that it needs to be included on the service. Anyway, guys, great show. Bye.
Yes, let's all congratulate Sony on releasing more hardware with no first-party support.
With
Congratulations,
no games.
Sony. Good job, Sony. You guys rock and roll.
I like how he said it. I want to say congratulations to the PS4 Pro coming out with no games again. I say this all the time to anybody in the chat, anybody that listens this morning live, or anybody that's going to be listening to this show throughout the week. Just ask yourself a question, folks. When you go and pay for that $400 out of pocket for the Pro, you will not go home and play anything. There's nothing to play on it. There's no first-party games that are going to show anything. If they do have anything, it'll be the remastered version of The Last of Us.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, that one game, Mike. That's another thing that Microsoft's going to have over them. this is something that me and Jez were also talking about offline, is Jez threw a number out. This is just throwing numbers out there. But when Scorpio launches, crap, I bet you there's at least 100 games that Microsoft has ready that'll be playing at 4K native. So,
yeah,
you know, listen, you might go, well, Mooch, come on, you're making fun of The Last of Us, but then you're saying Microsoft will have 100 old games. But 100 people, 100. I'm saying 50 to 100 games, like Gears, Forza, just newer games too. They'll all be ready with the flip of a switch to be 4K native, and you can relive those games again in native, it's native 4K fashion. My point being, with the PS4 Pro, you don't get anything. You're going to come home, plug it in, and there's nothing to play on it. Save your money, get a Scorpio, go buy yourself an Xbox One S. It's got a Blu-ray player in it. It's got a 4K Blu-ray player in it.
Yeah.
That's my take, crap. Wow. Hey now.
Another call.
Hey now.
Good mornings. How you doing? How can we help you?
Hey now.
Hey Mooch and crap. Great show. Keep up the good work, mates. This is Tenacious Dave from UK.
Nice.
Just with a quick question. With the PS4 Pro coming out next month, do you think it will win November and December's MPDs? And if it does really well, can you see the Scorpio releasing earlier than planned? Thank you. Keep up with good work.
Great questions.
Yeah, very good.
You know what? Here's the thing with the PS4 Pro. I've heard multiple things about, even if nobody's dancing with me on the overheating issues, on the supply issues. So a lack of supply could mean that they won't win November. But by all standards, they should win November. If they don't, then then Sony might as well just pack it in, as far as I'm concerned. If you can't release a console that's by all rights pretty powerful, you know what I mean? I mean, it is the most powerful console for the next 11 months.
Boy, what a shitty little term of that, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Did you see that? They're advertising it as the most powerful console ever.
Well, they might as well for 10 months, right? Or whatever stick. I hope they don't put that. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that I don't think they're going to win December, but I think they probably should win November.
They should win November, but let's take things into account, crap. And we've talked about this on multiple shows now. I think that we have to realize that I think a lot of the pre-orders we see through Amazon and stuff, those are all faulty numbers. Now we know those are just a lot of the same way that ponies go on and give Xbox games 0 on Metacritic is the same people that go on and pre-order whatever the allotted maximum is. So it looks good for Sony, and then when the actual same thing happened to PSVR. Remember, you can't get a PSVR. PSVRs are all sold out. 24 hours before launch, Amazon's like, we got a shitload. So if somebody wants some, everybody backed out. And that same thing's going to happen with the Pro. This is all a lot of talk. There's people on Twitter with the little P in their name. That's the most desperate thing I've ever seen. People made fun of us, but we're actually getting a significant bump. It's basically Microsoft not saying we're going in the next generation, but Scorpio crap is the next generation of console.
Yeah, I think what they're doing is good, and I do think that we might see Scorpio release because apparently Phil said it's ahead of schedule, and I do think that obviously you would be able to release it. Why not in September or October? You know what I mean? Like, why not? I think that's
the rules are changed. Crap, we said it earlier in the show. We're not doing Tuesday releases for games; they're on Friday now. That was taboo.
Nintendo releasing something in a console in March,
right? So why can't I'm going to say it now. I'll say it again. I really think September is the hot month for a Scorpio release. It gets because then by November that crock pot of emotions has been boiling and it's ready to pop by November. If you release it November 1st, it doesn't really get talked about till December 24th.
Yeah,
and it's late. So get it out there in September.
Jeez, we're popular.
Yeah. Hey, well, I appreciate it.
M&C Mornings. How can we help you, sir or madam?
Yo, what's going on, guys? First of all, crap, I want to say thank you for doing your takeover last night on the podcast. I had an absolute blast. When it comes to today, I think it really bogged down kind of like what's going on today. So I was just wondering your thoughts about next year. Like what Microsoft first-party titles are going to be announced next year? You know, like maybe Fable with Rare as a developer, something like that. So I just want to hear what you guys are thinking about for next year in terms of games that haven't been announced yet. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I think calling from like Timbuktu or something. I don't know. That was
he must have got that new. He got the new Astro Cannon rope set.
Yeah,
that didn't come through too good. But Xbox, thanks for the call, brother. Always good to have one of our brothers.
It was fun. It was fun being on the show last night. They did it.
I watched it. Great show. I ended up watching it post you being on.
Yeah.
I'm just a late bird. I'm always up late. Yeah, I watched it. Very good. Great. By the way, the intro he did for you was sick.
Yeah. Like it was a really cool intro, and then plus they even had some footage of you playing Gears.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. My hat goes off to Crap Gamer and Hellhammer. Excuse me, Hellhammer for putting those videos out.
Which, by the way, I was 100% accurate. Like people don't believe me. You know what I mean? I think that when I mentioned that Hellhammer and like the people I game with, they literally cheer for you to die and get
yes,
team.
They do. Yes, they do.
Yes. So I think
well,
that,
it's more of an encouragement to be better, so that way you're actually defeating the enemy and your own teammates.
Oh yeah,
time.
Yeah.
You know, no, to answer Xbox question though, Crap. I think we're gonna. I mean, isn't it safe to say? I mean, 2017 is the reveal, or excuse me, the launch of Scorpio. It would be safe to say 2018 is a Halo 6. Now, that's not answering his question, but we're talking about big franchises. He had mentioned Fable. I don't think you're seeing Fable 4 for about 2 or 3 years. That's my personal opinion, right? They just yanked it out of our buddies over there in England's hands. Yeah. And we haven't heard of a predecessor yet, right? Someone to take, or successor, excuse me, to take over for them. So until that's named, I don't think you're going to see it.
I don't think so either. So I do think that Xbot will like this. I do think we'll see the Halo 3 anniversary 4K 60 frames per second, possibly as like a pack-in or something like that. You know what I mean? I think that makes sense. Yeah. But expect, you know, like I'm kind of surprised at how many developers are kind of doing custom resolution for Sony and the PS4 Pro, right? So you would assume if developers are willing to do that for them, that the same thing's got to happen for Microsoft. So I would assume that, you know, next year's Call of Duty will be for Call of Duty Vietnam, or maybe, guess what, Mooch? What a surprise, right? Maybe next year they go back to boots on the ground, Call of Duty Vietnam, native 4K on Xbox Scorpio.
I'm okay with that.
You know, I'm okay with that too. You know what I mean? Like I would absolutely love that. And so I think that, you know, we're like Xbox fans, good things that come to those who wait. And I feel like Xbox fans put up with a lot of shit this generation, and we've got a good console to carry us through. The Xbox One S is a really great console. It upscales. It's HDR gaming. A lot of people are saying HDR are more important than the 4K stuff. So I mean, it's you know, I'm excited about what's coming out, and I think that there might be some things might even get pushed back that were announced. Like, will State of Decay 2 come out next year for sure? Hell if I know. Maybe something props up and takes its place.
I think State of Decay 2 is almost a dead ringer for next year. Crap. There's just Aaron Greenberg's been doing. He just visited them. He took pictures. These are hints that back in the day we were like, what does that mean? Does it mean this? I mean, you hate to say it, but Microsoft, after they do it for 2-3 years in a row when they do this stuff, you know that's coming down the pipe. They signed that deal back in 2012, 2013 with Undead Labs. So that's got to be ready to rock and roll pretty soon.
I agree. You know, I was just using it as an example mostly.
Good example.
Yeah. I think that we'll see. There could be some stuff coming out that we don't know about. You know, that makes sense. But I think they're waiting for Scorpio to be announced first. You know what I mean? I do think that we're going to see something. They always have something that, you know, obviously like Forza 7 goes without saying. We're going to get that. That's going to be 4K 60. That's going to look gorgeous on Xbox Scorpio. So, you know what I mean? I'm very excited about what they have.
Speaking of being excited, Crap, Graphic God is letting me know that we have a special voicemail. This is new to me, so I don't know who it would be, but Jay,
yeah,
play that next voicemail.
Let's hear it.
Yo, Nooch and Crap, this is Tony the Pony. Now, no one's rang up and left a message or called you guys to tell you that you guys suck. And I'm really angry about that. Where are all these ponies out there? Why won't they call? Are they scared of you guys? So what I thought I'd do, I thought I'd leave a voice message. That way you guys can answer back. Because you know us ponies, we hate it when people answer back, especially when they fuck us right over with their response. Anyway, I just want to ring up and tell you guys that I'm so happy being a pony. I'm happy for Sony. You know, they take a long time to release games, but at least they release good games when they do. I don't care if I'm 82. And you know what else? I still haven't been able to change my gaming name, but I don't care. You know, I'm Princess 448 because I took over my sister's account don't give a shit. I'll be Princess 448 to the day I die, most likely. I don't care. And the other thing is, the Pro's the way to go. It's the best console, most powerful console for most of 2017. I don't care about 2018 and 19 and 20. I got the most powerful console before you guys did. I don't care about 4K. I don't care about all these things that you guys care about that are the elite and the best. I'm happy to be a pony. So you know what? It's Sony, the one and motherfucking only. Peace.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit. Well, hey, listen, we definitely encourage our Sony fans to call in. There's one right there. What did he say his name is? Princess 448?
Yeah, apparently he can't change his PSN account, and so he had to take over his sister's, and so he's perfectly happy being Princess 448. So
I find it funny that he's 448 and Xbot is 448. Is there a correlation there?
I don't know, but I mean, this guy sounds like he could definitely be, I don't know, playing on a system where you can't change your name. Like, I still remember running into people named McLovin on PlayStation Network, which that was a thing in like 2007. So
Yeah, it was.
I mean, that does kind of suck that you can't. And then like if you build up a big trophy collection or whatever, that'd be like, you know what, I'm at over 120,000 gamer score. Like if I couldn't change my name but I wanted to, and I'd have to start all over, that would suck. So
it just it kills me. You were saying about Sony things and Sony that. I hate to go back to it, folks, but I think the audience will care for it. Did you notice, crap, that every single gaming outlet, IGN played Titanfall 2 on a Let's Play multiplayer for an hour and a half, and they played it on the PS4 the other day? That was just
really? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just sitting here because you're saying this thing about the name thing, and I'm thinking Sony's just going through my head, and I'm like, why do people play on that system? The PSN was down globally, I think, last Monday. I mean, like, everything's just awful on that system, yet people are like, hey, Mooch, you think I should get this game for PlayStation or Xbox? And I mean, don't get me wrong, some people are trolling, but some people are actually being legitimate. They're like, I have this box in the house. What do you think I should do? I'm like, I don't know what to tell you to buy on the PS4. If it's anything multiplayer, you may not be playing it online very long.
Yeah.
Or a shitty connection. It's just terrible. I can't believe the amount of people that endorse this company. I mean, maybe we should be grateful in one way, right, crap? Because if there's no Sony, there's no competition. But
yeah, you know what? I like the competition, but I'm with you where people should stop giving them props for things.
Mediocre. Mediocre.
They haven't really done anything to earn it, and I think that we're starting to see that as far as sales slowing down. Maybe people are waiting to buy the Pro. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like that'll remains to be seen. But and my point will always be, and we'll get that phone call in a second, is that people will only buy stuff if there's games, and I don't see the games there yet. So maybe they'll come. But MNC Mornings, what's up?
Good morning, Mooch and Crap. It is a pleasure to be with y'all once again. This is Dirk Griggity. I just want to say I appreciate what y'all do, man. Every day of the week, there is some type of Xbox podcast or something I can listen to. And like y'all are on most of them. Y'all own podcast anyway. I just want to say, even though I don't know y'all personally, y'all will always be my N-words. Well, anyway, I have a question about Tomb Raider. We all know that Microsoft funded the first Tomb Raider so it wouldn't be episodic. What do you guys think about the next one? Will it be like multi-plat from the start, or will it be the same situation as last time, or will it turn out and be episodic? If it's episodic, man, that's gonna be like the nail in the coffin, because Hitman, who the hell cared about Hitman?
Exactly.
With that episodic crap. So that's it, fellas. Peace out.
First of all, shout out to Diggity for calling since week 1. Thank you so much, man. We do appreciate you listening, you calling in, and you being part of the family. So thank you. Number 2, he kind of asked the question, crap, but he answered it correctly.
Yeah.
If that thing goes episodic, for me, it's dead. That's me. Number 2, I don't see any kind of relationship with Microsoft and Crystal Dynamics. I wouldn't use the words ever again. That's too strong, but nowhere's in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Always good to hear from Diggity. He's a cool cat. I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the industry right now, but I am happy that there's a lot of Xbox podcasts on because people have a place to go. I remember like wanting to look for pro Xbox stuff because I just wanted to hear about the games.
Me too.
And some of the good stuff going on there, and you couldn't find it. Whenever you hear IGN or GameSpot or whatever, that's why I started watching Next Gen. Like he was always like Xbox and Xbox and Xbox and and Sony ponies, and it was funny. And
if you want to really listen, audience members, if you're really listening and you say, you know what, I want to go into the archives, go watch Zair's channel, circa I want to say early 2013. January 2013 all the way to the release in November. That was when we were getting all the rumors crap. Do you remember that? They're like, the Xbox One's going to have this, and then it's going to have a DVR function. And the next day you were like, it's going to do this. And then when you walk in the room, the Kinect will pair you based upon where you hand the controller off to. But the way Zaire, there was so many wars going on. That was where the wars really started, where the PS4 and media was leaking that it was going to be more powerful, and nobody knew what that really meant, which we found out now. Okay, Monday Morning Quarterback, is it had really no power more at all. It only had, I said this all, go back and check my words out early 2014. My point was it does have more power on paper. On paper, the games look the same. The games actually played better on Xbox One through this generation. So yeah, you want to go see, like Crap was saying, you want to go look for pro Xbox. Go look at some of Zaire's stuff. End of 2012, early 2013. It is Pulitzer, and that was when Z was doing a lot more of his, I'm going to say, dog and pony show, because it was hysterical.
Yeah, that stuff was absolutely fantastic. A lot of people, that's where like he really, as far as I'm concerned, really kind of became what he. I mean, that stuff was just great.
It was.
I mean, his stuff is still great, but like for me, like that stuff will always be the stuff that I used to watch and stuff. And then when I remember when he messaged me. And I was like, dude, the dude from the videos messaged me. You know what I mean? I was just like super like impressed. And then we, obviously we started BGST, and now there's like pro podcast, Xbox podcast everywhere. So I mean, he's like, he kind of spearheaded.
And you know what?
That.
I want to reinforce something, because I mean, all the Xbox podcasts. I know a lot of you are in the chat right now. A lot of you are listening. If you're not listening live now, you may later on in the week. Be proud and do what you're doing. Don't succumb to anything like with the media and this and that. You started your channel with your principles intact. Keep strong. Stay strong. You don't need to become neutral. You don't have to turn your way and say, well, the PlayStation does have. No, if you feel like it has that and you want to state it proudly, you state your mind. But a lot of times people, what happens is as you keep hitting the airwaves every week, you tend to get a little bit more like, well, this and that. And it's like, no. You say what's on your mind. I mean, a lot of people like Jez Gordon made me laugh after my own show on Crossfire Cup. Do you remember what he said? He goes, this is why I can't believe Mooch gets this passionate about it. I truly speak my mind. Crap, last night we played 2 hours of community game night, and me and you were going at it back and forth. With, I was anti-Titanfall 2, you were pro. And I mean, I'm telling you right now, it wasn't for people to get a mini show out of it. It was genuinely how I felt, and you know that.
Yeah.
And I know you were speaking your mind too. My point is that like speak your mind. I'm very proud of all the Xbox podcasts. Continue to be strong and don't falter. Don't give in to the media hype, and don't let people who write ridiculous. First of all, you shouldn't even pay attention much to the comment section. But if you do, don't just brush it off your shoulders.
Yeah, and that was funny. I wish we could have recorded some of that, because that was like really comedy gold.
Foxfire said that we were playing killer games of after we played Titanfall 1, we all switched over to Gears of War 4 multiplayer. Crap, we played until 2 a.m. Last night, community game night went from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern time. And it was, the chat was alive. It was just happening. It was, people were laughing, yelling, everything else. Hey, Crap, speaking, this is a good time. Jay Williams makes a good point. We have a voicemail, and I want to let everyone in the audience know to sit back and listen to this. It's a great voicemail, and I just want to first and foremost say that I really appreciate this individual calling in. Please take a moment, everyone, to listen to this voicemail.
Yes.
Greetings from California. This is Sergio B, or on Twitter, wildcard_comics. Well, I want to thank you guys for choosing my voicemail. It means a lot. I recently lost one of my parents, and all of your podcasts have gotten me through it, because my daily routine is gaming and podcasts. So thank you, MC Mornings, BGST, Crossfire, Xbox Nation, She-Wolves podcast, Gamers Know Best, everything. Thank you guys so much. I have a quick comment and a question. My quick comment is towards Mooch regarding IGN and San Francisco and the whole kumbaya mentality. Let me tell you why you're right, kind of. I lived in San Francisco, and from my personal experience, basically normal people are being displaced out of that city. All these tech companies from the Silicon Valley, you've seen the TV show from HBO. It's kind of ridiculous the way these people behave. It's kind of accurate. Most of the Silicon Valley companies are very douchebag fraternity men children, and they don't really care about anybody else, and they're displacing engineers, cops, teachers, baristas, retail workers, restaurant workers, you name it. Original San Franciscans are being displaced. For instance, if you ask a normal person, hey, Serge, what's a good bar? I'll be like, dude, I have tons of experience. I've actually tried things for myself. I have a list. If you ask these douchebags, it's like, oh, let me open up an app and see what's trending. That's their mentality. They live in a little bubble, and it sucks for everybody. Anyways, but if you two, Italian Americans ever make it out here to the West Coast, drinks are on me. We have some good Italian wine. Coppola actually has a nice winery, man. Dude, it'll be on me. Drinks and dinner, whatever. That's how California rolls, man. Anyways, my quick question is this. South America recently came out with a report that said Xbox is really great down there. What can we do as gamers to make sure that an American company like Microsoft wins with Xbox? I'm down to be on more podcasts because I speak Spanish. I can start a Spanish podcast. You guys tell me, what kind of ideas can us gamers do to make sure that Xbox wins in the entire continent? Thank you.
Wow, that was a really good, really nice. Thank you, man. We're sorry for your loss for sure.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I appreciate you taking time out to call in and ask questions and things like that. Feel free to call in anytime you want. You do speak Spanish, so what does "Como estás, bitches" mean? I'm curious. And for those that would be like, man, crap's really insensitive. No, anybody that would expect us to joke around a little bit with someone, keep it lighthearted. You know what I mean? Like the guy obviously watches and enjoys the jokes and stuff like that. Understands that it's entertainment.
Yeah,
and that's important. So
I want to stress something too, Sergio. Thank you for the call, and
Yes.
That kind of hits home with me too, to a certain extent. You're going through something, and our hearts go out to you. What he means by that, for people in the audience that don't understand, is whether you have a stressful job, you've lost a loved one, something where sometimes life just kind of overtakes you mentally. We all find a release or an out, right? And for some people, it's gaming. For some people, it's gaming and podcasts. And for others, it can be a dangerous, slippery slope downward somewhere. You know what I mean? Some people turn to drugs and alcohol. I want to say to Sergio, you're doing the right thing. I myself was under a lot of stress. You go back 3 years ago, a lot of work. I had a lot of projects going on, my own business, and I worked a full-time job. And I actually would listen to podcasts at night while I did some work because it just kind of freed my mind. So I'm not saying that I know what Sergio's going through, but I understand how I use podcasts as an out to be able to enjoy something that I really like to listen to. And at the same time, it was harmless fun and a great hobby. So Sergio, my hat goes off to you and my heart goes out to you. Number two, I think you should most definitely start an Xbox podcast that is Spanish centric, where you have basically you're speaking the language. Let people know that you're from the States. Let people know your experiences with the box, what you've done, what you've come through, and feel free to use what's happening in your family as why you're doing it, because people will attach themselves to you because you may feel like you're alone and what you're going through is alone, but you're not. A lot of people go through that. And I think when someone actually can hear you say that, especially in their home native language, I think you may be able to reach out to people that we get a lot of international calls on this show, but we can't touch base completely with them because there's a disconnect in language. So I totally encourage you to please start up. I volunteer my services I don't speak very good Spanish. I speak very good Italian, and I understand some Spanish. I would definitely be a guest on your show if you'd have me, and I'd like to kick that off. I think you could be, you could be the international Xbox representative. You're very well spoken to. So again, prayers, thoughts go out to you, and thank you for the call. That was why we're doing this, and you proved why we're doing this.
Yes, exactly. Very, very nice. And I would say that Microsoft has a very good hold on some of the Latin audience. Like I've got a lot of people that message me like, "Hey, I'm from Brazil," or "I'm from Mexico," or where, you know what I mean? And I think that Microsoft is doing a good job in those places. And hopefully they continue to do a good job. And I know that there's a lot of people that like the type of games that Microsoft offer. Like some of the stuff like Gears and Halo have much wider audience appeal than just America. So I think that they're doing a good job with that as well. So.
Right. No, I totally agree. Yeah. No, Jay, we have a lot more. We have many more voicemails.
We should voicemails this week. So
we should if we're also doing a giveaway based upon the voicemail. So I'd like to get a few more in.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and rack up some of those voicemails.
Okay, let's go. This one is from our old friend Matty Beast.
Matty Beast.
Hey, MC Mornings. It's Matty Beast. I was just calling in. I know Titanfall 2 released this week. I like it. I got it. I'm enjoying it. I know that there's people who are frustrated with it and so on. And my question is not really about the game, but it's more about Microsoft's choice to get the marketing deal with this game. It seems to be a complete waste of money. Like, I wouldn't have wasted 10 cents on this deal. Everything I've seen for it is PlayStation 4 and a little bit on the PC side with some of the Twitter pictures that have been sent out and whatnot. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So my question is, after the fact, is this the worst Microsoft licensing deal we've ever seen? And secondly, can you point to any good, productive ones we've seen this generation? I can't hardly think of any. I'll hang up and listen. Titanfall 2 rules. Take care.
Damn you, Matty.
Yes.
No, listen, crap. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I did a video for that last night. Even though I like the game, I think that this, like, if Microsoft paid $1 for this marketing deal,
yeah,
that they paid 99 cents too much.
Yeah.
Because they obviously, I don't know what goes into this, and I brought this up in my video. I said, could you imagine, right? I know people are like, those crazy salty Xbots, they care because of a picture or that got tweeted or because of this or because of that. Now, let's fast forward to next year. Sony has these marketing deals. They announced this huge marketing deal with Red Dead Redemption 2, right? Now, imagine if Rockstar tweeted out pictures of the Xbox One version of that game. Or they sent another studio a box full of Xbox One versions of that game.
Yep.
Yet Sony has the marketing rights, right? Like, I can guarantee you that we would see Sony be pissed off, Sony fanboys be pissed off, and there would be heads would roll. We would just see that. You know what I mean? And I think that it's unfortunate that we get labeled as like these ferocious fanboys or whatever,
right?
Just for pointing out the obvious, like, this is a bad deal. Microsoft has gotten really bad deals with the third parties this generation, even with Witcher 3. Great game, but everything was like, remember, like, they sent Conan O'Brien the wrong, they sent him PC version to play, right?
Right.
And people are like, oh, that's on Microsoft. Or they sent Microsoft YouTube the PC version and Microsoft uploads it, right? That's on the Witcher developers. That's not on Microsoft.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's their fault, and Microsoft was the ones that had to pay for that, though. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think that it's completely ridiculous. Microsoft has got the shaft from third-party developers this entire generation, and it blows my mind.
We're at a point right now, crap, where we have to. You're right. The finger does get pointed at the developer, but when it comes down to it, I know there's something in writing somewhere where Microsoft has to kind of flex their muscles and send in basically their lawyer team. What's going on with Titanfall 2 marketing wise? We're going to, the game we all know and we've discussed, marketing wise is a travesty. I played a little quick game on trivia. I'm sure a lot of people saw it yesterday. It was Mooch Trivia. I said basically which platform has the marketing rights, and I just tweeted out 4 or 5 pictures of just things that are out from Respawn, things that Respawn put out there.
Yeah.
And they're all PlayStation 4 games, PlayStation 4 discs. It's piss poor, everybody. And people are like, Mooch, why do you care? I care because I'm trying to light a fire under the quote-unquote gaming media. Why aren't they asking those questions? Like, hey, Vince Zampella, just a quick question. You are president of Respawn. Yes, I am. Don't you have a marketing deal with Microsoft? Yes, we do. Why is it that your company tweeted these pictures out? Well, don't let me. I like how the media comes after me or you or Zaire, and instead they don't go after Vince Zampella, the one who's actually the one on the hook. I don't win or lose anything from this. My point is I'm bringing it up. But the gaming media isn't. And, this is the main problem. To answer Maddie's question in short, Maddie, it's definitely the worst marketing deal I've ever. I thought Crystal Dynamics was bad with the whole oops, it's coming out on PS4 really soon. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what the fuck? That was kind of crazy, right? But this tops it with, if it wasn't for those 3 or 4 commercials I saw during the NFL games in the past 2 weeks, I would have no idea Microsoft had the marketing right. I wouldn't even know this thing was on Xbox.
Yeah.
I would have thought it was an exclusive to Sony.
Everything is Sony oriented with it. It's very unfortunate. You know what I mean? I don't understand it. You know what I mean? I honestly do not understand what the deal is with it. Like again, even look at Call of Duty. Sony has marketing rights and marketing deals with that. And imagine if they started tweeting out stuff with Xbox on it and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't see it happen, or you'd see people absolutely flip out. Like they would literally flip their shit over it. You know what I mean? So I think that there is a little bit of hypocrisy that goes on with that. You know what I mean? And it is kind of annoying.
Yeah, people say, Mooch, it's no big deal. It's no big deal with the discs. But crap, your example earlier, I think with Red Dead Redemption or anything else Sony has, nobody at Rockstar is throwing up an Xbox One flag being like, can't wait for our release. Oops, let me grab the PlayStation flag. Oops, wrong one. Like nobody does that. But when it's Xbox, it's like, dude, why? Who cares? And Microsoft, you don't have to do anything publicly, but send somebody in that's like, who is it? Is that Vince Zampella? Yeah, this is Microsoft's law team. We're here to talk to you about what your producer just did on Twitter. Oh, okay. Oops. Won't happen again. And then it won't. But the problem is when you got Mooch knocking on the door, you got 15 more tweets coming out by Respawn Inc. that are like, can't wait till October 28th. See you on PlayStation. I'm like, all right. See you on PlayStation. So I'm like, what the fuck? So oh, we've got a call.
Yes, we do. MNC Mornings, how can we help you?
I love it, Crap.
All right. Hello, Mooch and Crap. How you guys doing? A great show. You had some good call-ins. It's Mr. Zombie Killer, by the way. And I got a question. It's, what do you guys think of a renting game store or something like where you can rent games would come with Scorpio today or next year? That's it. Bye.
Rent games with Scorpio, Crap?
Does he mean like rent games like a Blockbuster or something, or like?
I think like Redbox.
Oh, does he think we'll be able to, or?
That's what I think he's asking. I do think that you'll still be able. There's going to be a huge. Sony's trying to do a 180. Everybody, right? In 2013, they told you that you need physical discs. You need the right to be able to use old games, right, in your PS4. But now, because it doesn't have a 4K Blu-ray player, they're like, it's digital, baby.
Yeah.
So, right? Sony turned into Dickie V. But listen, my point is, digital with a capital D, baby. So, wait, that was a little Austin Powers. Wait, I take that back. Sorry about that. Yeah, baby. So anyways, don't you love MC Mornings?
$1 million. I think we were doing. Oh, that might not have been this show, or I thought we were joking around about something last night. I forget what the hell it was though.
What the hell was that?
Never. I don't know, man. You
Well,
were
don't
drunk.
forget.
I was.
Yeah, once the vodka starts pouring, and you've got games like that with 16 people in the chat, it gets kind of wild. So, anyways, long story longer, I do think you're going to be able to see rentals, discs being exchanged are still going to be a thing come Scorpio. So Microsoft is listening to everybody. Microsoft's listening to you. Sony is not listening to you. Sony basically, doesn't this show you crap? What we said all along is true. We never really stated this out loud. Sony only did that 180 when Microsoft kind of got booed on stage at the release in 2013. After that, Sony was going to say the same thing. They just changed everything last minute. Look at the slides. Go back and watch Jack Trenton, when he takes the stage. The slides are just black and white slides because they made them an hour before he hit the stage.
Yeah.
Like Microsoft was like fireworks and everything. Like, we're going to be $4.99. It was like Crazy Eddie's Wild Insane program. Like, it was like, holy shit. And then when Jack Trent came out, he's like, we're going to be selling it for $3.99. And it looked like a sixth grader presenting on a fucking dry erase board. I was like, what the fuck is that?
I don't know. Like, have you, like, I'm looking at, somebody sent me these pictures of the PS4 Pro box, though. Have you seen them yet?
No.
Yeah, like, apparently these things are shipping out. And there's a lot of asterisks on this thing, right? It's like, let's see. Like, it talks about, this is what it says. Listen to how they word this. With up to 4K streaming and 4K auto upscaling for video content. You know what I mean? It's like, their wording is weird.
It's very weird. With up to.
Yeah, I don't. They're shady as shit. M&C mornings. Wow.
M&C mornings while Sony gives us a headache.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Mooching Crap? Randall 419, the man with the million, calling in because I just needed to dog pile in after I heard Matty Beast talk about Titanfall 2. Just finished the campaign on Master Difficulty. The best and most unique first-person shooter campaign I've played since Wolfenstein: The New Order, and I know you like the game, Crap. I don't want to hear this bullshit that it's okay. The game is fantastic. It's got motherfucking time travel in it, Crap. I know you love it. I know Mooch is probably pouring a little Hennessy into his thing because he's getting more drunk right now, but that's okay. It's okay, Mooch. You can like this game too. Titanfall 2 is great. I guess since I got to have a question, I'm going to ask you guys this. What do you think has more to do with the potential financial disaster of Titanfall 2? The fact that Battlefield 1 released the week before, or the fact that Call of Duty and Call of Duty Remaster is releasing the week after? Later, guys.
Well, listen, let me answer that first, Crap, okay? No, hey, first of all, Rand calling in is great. Thank you for listening, Rand. I appreciate it. And Rand actually, as much as he threw a jab, he did also throw something in there. Rand usually knows numbers of sales. And Rand basically just said that he in his way, one way, shape, form, or another, has heard that Titanfall sales are doing pretty bad. Here's the thing. First of all, the game is the game. We all know what Titanfall 2 is. The fact that it has a 5-hour campaign, I'm sure it's decent. But Rand has already proclaimed that Inside is his game of the year. So he can't replace it with Titanfall 2's campaign. But, I'm sure the game is great. Listen, I'm going to play Titanfall 2, everybody. I'm just going to play it in the vault. Because I'm not giving Vincent Pella any more money than what EA Access agrees to pay him for each download. That's just the way it is. I don't like the way Vincent Pella, I don't like his business ethics. Look, this isn't just about Vincent Pella and Titanfall 2. It's not about how they messed up the multiplayer. It's not about their bad timing. It's not about that they need 6 more months of development, even though that all adds up. The point of the matter is that we in America vote with our wallets. Okay, I have a friend of mine. He doesn't like Grey Goose. He doesn't want to support that product. He'll buy anything but Grey Goose. Why? I don't know. We'll get him on the show one time. My point is that that's how we vote in America. There's people who buy only American cars. There's people who won't buy American cars, right? Crap, that's what we do. So the only way for me, and I think a lot of people are doing this, and Rand had said maybe it's because Call of Duty's coming out in a week, and maybe because Battlefield came out the week before, and it got sandwiched between 2 big releases, which is that plays a huge role. But let's not discredit the fact that the game is not that good. It's not. It's basically Titanfall 1 and it's actually Titanfall 3/4. To me personally, it loses on the multiplayer. But go ahead, Crap.
I have to say that the game is good. Like I've been saying that like last night. I know I was like poking fun and stuff with everybody, but the game is good. I like it. I think it's good. I don't like Vince Zampella, but I do think that they came out with a really good game. And I think that.
So you think it's worth $60?
I think it's well worth $60. I think you're getting free map packs for the life of the game. You know what I mean? I think that it's got a good campaign. It's got good multiplayer. Maybe not as good in my opinion as the first, but it does have some extra things that make it fun. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Like I think it is a really good game, and I even said, hey. I am not a person like I know a lot of people are like Crap never admits he's wrong. I do all the time, or when I change my
no, you do, you do.
You know what I mean? And so yeah, the game is good. It's fun. I agree with Randall on that. I do think that it is going to be a financial disaster. Like, and we've been saying this all along. This game should have been released of March of next year. That would have been the time because by then people would have been sick of Infinite Warfare, Battlefield. People would have been like.
Well, Crap, let's not ignore the 800-pound gorilla in the room here, Crap, okay? And that's the fact that if Vince Zampella put half of the efforts he put into promoting the PS4 edition, he would have locked in all of us. Do you guys understand? I want everyone to know this again. I keep saying this, but nobody wants to hear this part. I'm the one that said let's play Titanfall for community game night last night. I love Titanfall, period. There's no but or and or this or that. I love Titanfall. I don't like what Vince Zampella did to number 2. I don't like what he did to the multiplayer. It feels more like COD. I'm getting COD in 4 days, 5 days. I don't need COD again. So he made it more like Call of Duty when he had a recipe that worked, and I don't like his business practice. And in this country, we can't all just sit here and be like, but Mooch, we're gamers. No. There's a plethora of games that have been coming out since the beginning of September till the end of December. We even have Dead Rising 4 coming out in December. We have so many games coming out that this is when people can pick and choose. Now the consumer's back in the driver's seat. We were playing remasters for the first 2 years because the gaming industry gave us nothing but remasters and just crappy indies. Now there's AAAs coming out by the plethora. I'm not going to just go spend $60 because they kind of made an okay campaign based off the campaign they didn't make in the first one. That doesn't warrant my $60. When you've got Battlefield 1, you've got Call of Duty, Gears 4, Forza Horizon 3, Dead Rising. I mean, people are going to be buying Final Fantasy, right? There's a lot of stuff coming out, people. You don't have to succumb to it. Now, if you want to, go for it. I think Rand makes a good point, and I actually do value Rand's reviews. Rand's been doing reviews. I watch almost everything he's put out so far on his channel. I actually am right on, and I'm not doubting that it's good. I'm not doubting that Crap says it's good. But guess what, guys? I will be loving Titanfall 2, and I will kick your ass in multiplayer in April in the vault.
Yeah, you know what? I think that I don't think it's going to go there in April. No fucking way. But
Crap, the sales are so bad at this point. It's got to get in the vault more sooner than later.
I don't know, man, because look, basically people abandoned Battlefront, and that's not even getting into the vault until like exactly a year later. So I think that the fact that
let me ask you this question. Which one hits the vault first? Titanfall 2 or Battlefield 1?
Titanfall 2 probably.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because they've got a lot of DLC and stuff to make off that game. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the other thing. There you go. And you know what, Crap? I got to say, there's more reason. The DLC's free. The maps are free, so that's more reason for it to get in the vault. There's no money for them to make post game.
It won't be in early part of the year. It'd be later in the year. Would be my guess.
Why wouldn't it be April, May, June? I'm saying April, but I really want to say between April and June. That's a 6-7 month window. This game's not going to sell anymore. I mean, right after Christmas, its sales are going to die.
Here. Wow, what's that echo?
Oh, Jay's probably got studio on.
Yeah, today, I feel like the luckiest person
alive.
Oh, good stuff, Jay. Jay, do we got more voicemails?
Jay, we have a voicemail.
Yeah, we have a special one.
Great, I get
okay. Let's hear it.
Let me have a drink of water before this one.
A drink of water with some vodka in it.
With vodka in it.
Hello, gaming frauds. This is the Creepy Bunny, and I have a question for you, Mooch. We go back in time with this one, but okay, you were one of the first ones saying that Uncharted 4 is just the usual Uncharted. It's the continuation of the trilogy. It's just an evolution, and it's not a revolution, you know. Then Then God of War gets announced at E3 2016, and they show the new camera angle, they show the new combat system, they show the new setting, and it looks good and all. Zaire shows excitement for the game. He's like, "Oh yeah, fuck yeah, this is my jam. God damn you, Sony, god damn you." And the first thing you say to Zaire is, "Zaire, why are you liking this? Like, it's way too different. They're not showing you why you love God of War. Like, this looks like shit." Yeah, so can you explain this contradictory view? Because I don't understand. I don't understand why, if Uncharted is similar to the previous ones, it's a problem. But if God of War shows balls and changes basically the whole formula, making the so-called revolution, that's a problem as well. Can you explain this to me?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I sure can.
First you get the money.
First you get the money.
Then you get the women.
Well, I think first of all, Bunny, I gotta explain this to you. First of all, you make good points, and everything you say in life, especially when you're talking about like Twitter or you're talking about anything on especially on podcasts, you're recorded. You got to remember everything happens in the time of a different discussion. So let's take that into consideration. But let me answer your question. So Uncharted 4, I did say follows in the same, which by the way, I gave Uncharted 4 an 8.5 out of 10. I thought the game was very good, by the way. I did say that it follows in the same progression as 1, 2, and 3. It did nothing new. Here's why I'm saying there's a problem with that, and then I'll get into God of War. The problem with that is this is the first time that this game is making its way, Uncharted 4, onto the new system, onto the PS4. And it was supposed to show its strengths more than just glossy mud that you guys were so excited about. There was a glossy mud scene, and you can get a little bit of a reflection off of Nathan's his bald spot on his head that's formulating. So the powerful PS4 showed us some nice lighting effects off of him and his brother's balding head. But except for that, the game didn't do anything. I just felt like I was playing Uncharted 3 with a lot more moving of a crate. Now, let me just get into your God of War thing. God of War is unique. I think the camera angle gives people epileptic seizures, but I personally think that that's why most people like God of War. Now God of War is just Gears of War. They completely changed the whole element. So you're probably saying, well, if they change it, they get ridiculed, and if they don't, I didn't say I wanted Uncharted to be an overhead shooter. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mean change the format. I mean, give us new weapons, new ways to attack, new story plots. Maybe.
Well, they did rip off the new Tomb Raider games with like the ice pick or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, hey, here's that.
Yeah, they did do that. They did rip off Tomb Raider. But I'm saying that my whole point with Uncharted was give us another angle to how to play the game, how to play the story differently. Not just it was just a wash to me. It was the same. It was just Uncharted 3.5. Everything with the entire PlayStation 4 generation has been just PlayStation 3.5. You're not even at 4. Now people are saying the Pro's 4.5. You're really barely making any waves here. And when Halo came out, you controlled your squad, right, Crap? You were in charge of the 3 people. Then you had a different angle. They completely changed it. I mean, people can say you don't like the story, but they completely changed the angle where they made Chief the enemy for a little while, and then it came back that they were fighting on the same side. They're going to expand on that. This was like Crap said, out of nowhere, a brother that never existed comes out of the woodwork, and they had to spend 3/4 of the story telling you where this guy came from, and they added a rope. Like, that's not like Next Generation is Nathan like swinging from a rope? Like, I'm sorry, guys. We were doing that in Pitfall on Coleco.
Yeah.
So my point is that, like, that's just not enough. And I just want to answer him on the God of War. God of War, you are going to disappoint your fan base. Okay? You can't say that's well, Mooch, no, come on. They're making strides to make God of War better. No. Make the game better, but the game is what people fell in love with. Could you imagine if Gears of War went from the over-the-shoulder look to a over-top play like God of War is 1, 2, and 3? People would be like, Gears of War is stupid now. I don't want to play this piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I think, you know what, like, this guy, like, I have him blocked on Twitter or whatever. Like, he picked the weirdest things to like even bring up. And some of these guys, no matter how you answer, it's not going to be good enough. You know what I mean? It's always going to be something. But here's the thing with God of War. Like, I'm a God of War fan. I own all of them.
Right.
I own them on PSP. I own them on PS3. I own the collection on PS3. I own the new one on PS4. I'm going to get the new one on PS4. But I will say, maybe a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Like, now it's like he's not angry. He's got like a kid. Like, this whole deal is he never gave a shit about anything or anyone. You know what I mean? Like, that was the whole shtick. You know? So
well, I mean, if they want to age him and take the story that way, crap. This is me. I think your point is valid.
Then reboot it.
For me, I wouldn't criticize that aspect. But they changed the entire. To me, that's not God of War anymore.
Yeah.
Now it's something else. They should have just picked a different God, if you will, and went down a different path. They changed the whole game. It's not the change that people wanted. I'm telling you right now, it's not, because now it's just like playing The Last of Us or Uncharted, and now God of War. They all look the same, right? And that one, A Day's Gone. It's all over the shoulder, just not like they don't. Sony has gotten to what Sony fans loved about Sony being so creative with their games. They've become very stale, and I think that all the games look the same now. And you don't have that with Microsoft. Microsoft's got different games coming out all the time. You've got your Gear. I mean, yes, Gears and Halo. People go, Gears and Halo is not new. Of course, it's not new. You have those, but Recore is a different type of game, right? You have your Forza games.
Sea of Thieves is different. We don't even know what that is.
Then Scalebound, right? Scalebound is going to be different.
Yeah.
4-player co-op. That's crazy. Third.
But
person
imagine,
like that.
you're right though, because I've noticed that too. God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone. These games all kind of look like The Last of Us in a way. You know what I mean? Like,
they're all The Last of Us. That's all they do. Beautiful artwork, empty scenery, right? Empty scenery, empty. There's no enemies. I'm buying Horizon because I got to use that PlayStation 4 for something. And I'm going to try it out. But listen, yes, the creature you fight looks cool and it's an intense fight. But after you get done, there's nothing around you but waving green grass. It's like there's nothing around. They made a beautiful canvas.
Gorgeous. And it's going to look gorgeous in PS4 Pro that does just a little mo.
The PS4 Pro does just a little mo. Can you even say PS? Can you by the way, Zaire does a show now with Zobi70, and I watched that too, and it's great. And Zaire said it yesterday. He goes, PS4 Pro does a little bit mo, and he was like laughing his ass off. I'll be honest with you, I can't even say that term anymore without the little bit mo.
You
know what? Listen, I want to say this much before we go on to the next one. I do want to say that I appreciate Creepy Bunny's call-in because, to be honest with you, we want Sony fans to call in too. So I appreciate it, and thank you for the call, Creepy.
Yes, even the Sony fans, like, I'm surprised more haven't called in. You know what I mean? If you want a serious, and you answered his question respectfully. You know what I mean? We didn't sit there and go, "Oh, what a douche! What a doucher! Let's flush him and not answer him." Like, we took. And if anybody wants to sit there and call in and be respectful about a question about something we've said or whatever, then go ahead and do it, and we'll answer. No problem.
Absolutely. I think he also, to his credit, he also asked the question semi-respectfully.
Yeah. What was his question?
Creepy Bunnies?
Yeah.
To me, he asked me why I thought about Uncharted 4 was that and God of War.
Yeah, Uncharted 4 was a pretty good game. I mean, look,
I thought it was a good game. I just didn't think it was basically Uncharted 3.5 with a brother that didn't exist.
It was funny because somebody in the chat was like, "Wasn't Gears 4 Gears 3.5?" No, because it would have been maybe 3.5 if they would have just used the same characters from the last one and picked it up like a year later. You know, the fact that they went 25 years later or whatever, and with these new characters and stuff, and the way they ended it, I'm sure. Well, maybe you know what's going on with the ending, but if not,
I do now. Yeah, I beat yours on hardcore last night. It was very cool.
Yeah, so they definitely set up the next ones pretty well. So, but we do have another voicemail. Jay, what do we got, man?
Greetings, all you Xbox loyalists in the comments section. Yoshida has been reading your comments, and you'll make fun of me. Why is Yoshida funny? Don't understand your anger with all the lies that I told. You know, I'm only human, and I lie a lot. I can't fucking help it. I'm surrounded with liars and even people that make a Titanfall. Respawn, I get them to lie about shit too. Anyway, I don't understand why I never win free codes. That is why I'm calling. I have had enough. I sent Crap Gamer, Sony Starburst, the yellow kind, and Mooch, Sony's spaghetti because he is Italian. And Jay
Racist.
Williams, I try to have him on my
Right.
show, and he has a shoe fall on me. You guys are all against me. I know what it is. It's a Sony thing. I finally fucking get it. Well, that's about all I have to say. Besides, I went to beg for free codes for a second. Please give me free codes. Maybe if you give me a free code, I'll make some games for like a few customers that I have left. Everybody's going to Xbox. I'm so pissed off. Please give me code. And as Boogie always says, I love you guys. And thanks for giving me all your money.
You're listening to M&C in the Mornings. As always, remember, you can't take anything they say seriously. It's just jokes. Jokes performed by YouTube professionals, and usually the joke's on them.
Well, there you go. Yoshida, he's becoming a regular on the show now.
Yeah, he's our biggest fan, you know.
Yeah.
Like I like it. I could DM Yoshida at any time, and we can just talk back and forth about sake or whatever. You know what I mean? And just
Absolutely.
like, who makes the best sake?
Well, you know what's great? Well, crap, we had meetings before we started MC Mornings, and we wanted to have. We've got a few regulars. We have Diggity that calls in on the regular. We also have Yoshida, which is a great friend of the show now, and I believe our newest one is Tony the Pony, which is it's hard to find good talent like we have, but when you have such big names calling in like that, I my hat goes off to them.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's absolutely amazing. It is getting close to Halloween, and so that means two things for certain, right? Like there's creepy people out there, and there's a lot of girls going around dressed up as Harley Quinn. They probably shouldn't.
It's some that should. It's
I agree wholeheartedly.
Yes.
Yeah, there are some that should definitely. But I was just thinking, I was like, who kind of creeps me out right now is Sean Murray.
Yeah,
right? Like this guy, like and I was mentioning this on Xbox podcast last night. Was this guy looks batshit crazy? Like, and you probably saw that he made some tweets or whatever that No Man's Sky was a mistake, and then Polygon messaged him by his personal email, and he responded that they're having a tough time with it and all this kind of stuff. And then later on, they lock down all their stuff and make it private. And then they're like, well, it was just a disgruntled employee or whatever, right? Like, I think that's Sean Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that that guy flipped out. He's lost his shit. I don't know if you knew about this, but anyway, I ordered the game from GameFly, used, mind you. They had it on sale, $17.99. I had a $10 credit, so I got it for $7.99.
My God,
try it out. Yes, I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna review it. I'm gonna give it a perspective of someone that paid that price for it, and then I'm gonna give it my perspective of a person that maybe would have paid $60 for it. You know what I mean? Like for me,
God bless you.
Yeah, exactly. I see. People don't respect that I take one for the team all the time. Like I'm willing to do this. You know what I mean? Like
Some people fly to third world countries to help starving children, and Crap is doing this for you folks. Okay,
exactly.
He's playing an awful game, a god awful game that's getting zero support from its developers or its publisher in Sony. But Sony did a hell of a job kicking Sean Murray and that team under the bus, right?
That was savage. Like they were just like stomping the shit out of him. Like Sean Murray, never heard of that guy.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Crap, but if me and you get together and ever get that game together we had planned, I want to go right to Sony for publishing. I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. They would. I think they would love it. You know what I mean?
What a great company.
Yeah, and then like after they hype it up and have us out there for E3 back-to-back years, and we're like crying on stage and stuff, like, oh my God, it's gonna be so great. And then once the game comes out and we delivered on nothing, they're gonna be like, well, we don't even know who those guys were, because they're gonna go back and like edit us out of the previous years and things like that. You know what I mean? E3, like, oh, well, we're gonna skip it ahead like 15 minutes. You know what I mean? So like and did you hear like a lot of people are like, man, everybody's like threatening this guy, and they like I feel sorry for him. Yeah. And I remember thinking, I feel sorry for him a little bit, but they've never apologized yet for lying or misleading people. You know what I mean? Like at your job, at my job, if you sit there and promise somebody something and they pay you for it, you have to deliver, or that's on you.
Yeah.
You know, like at the end of the day, he's a business owner. He promised a bunch of stuff and didn't deliver. You know, this is something that, he should take some blame for this. I'm
I
not
agree.
saying death threats, but definitely should take.
No, but there's definitely blame. There should be a public apology.
Yes, absolutely. We got a caller. MNC Mornings. Hello.
Awesome. Hey guys, this is Will from New York from last week, and I have a comment and a question. Just want to clarify what I was talking about last week with regards to the Japanese market. So, sorry if I muddled it. Just saying that I think Xbox should continue to seek support from Japanese third-party parties to make sure they have that, that game variety, such as your Tekkens, your Dark Souls, Final Fantasies, etc. Anyway, my question for you guys are: what Xbox exclusives did you think merited story DLC that did get it? And what's your stance on Microsoft exclusives? Anyway, keep up your work. And shout out to another podcast called Xbox Uncut. Hope you guys check it out on YouTube. And thanks a lot again. Appreciate it. Later.
Nice. Yeah. So thanks for plugging your podcast, guy.
That was awesome.
Yeah, sure. You know what? Yeah, actually, Xbox Uncut. I think that's Tim Dog is on.
That's Tim's. Yeah, Tim was on. I don't know if he still is, but I know he's on it frequently enough. And no, it's a great show. Bravo to those guys too. And the Xbox podcast, I applaud you.
Story DLC. I think that. Damn. Well, I would say the Quantum Break deserves story DLC since it's not going to get a sequel. I thought maybe some kind of story DLC would have been cool for that.
I think Recore could warrant some, but the one and this game I'm about to mention has story DLC been added to it, but something happened this week, man. I don't know if it's nostalgia or what. If it wasn't that we had so many games right now, this past week, I believe, if it wasn't this past week, it was late the week before was Sunset Overdrive's release birthday there.
2 years.
2 years, yeah. That game is so good. If you still have not played Sunset Overdrive, you can get it. Like, you have to be able to get that game cheap.
It's
right
like
now.
$10. I mean, you can get it used at GameStop for $10. Christ, I mean, come on.
You can litter our chat if you buy that game and you think it's bad. After all the games we've played, crap, that game is so fucking good.
It is, and it's got 2 big DLCs to it too. They always have them on sale.
Yeah,
and those DLCs are really, really funny. Like that game. Again,
you don't even know the possibilities of what Sunset Overdrive 2 could look like on Scorpio. Go.
Hi, your ultimate party pony.
Oh, well, there you go. Our next caller will get we do have a code for the Call of Duty, courtesy of Matty Beast. We have a Call of Duty. What is it there? Crap! It is the Awakening, or it's a DLC pack code.
Yeah, it looks like a DLC. Hold on, I'll tell you what this is real quick.
It's a $15 value. Shout out to Matty Beast. Thank you for that.
Hold on, I can't see the
next caller will get that code.
Yeah, it's for Black Ops 3. Yeah, it's a DLC map pack for Black Ops 3. So if you have Black Ops 3, and why wouldn't you? Go ahead and give us a call, and you will win that.
Yes, next caller wins that.
Just say you want it. Don't just call in. You got to say you want it.
I didn't hear the second part of the gentleman's call that he had. I didn't hear his question because he kind of the voice went in and out. But it was something about Xbox exclusives. I don't know if you heard it. But I do think that it would be marvelous if we can get a Sunset Overdrive 2. That's the game that I think, if you said to me, out of everything, Quantum Break, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Of course, leave Halo, Gears, and Forza out of it. That's their main brands.
Yeah.
Of the games, I would love a Sunset Overdrive 2. Game is just... How smooth was that? There's our possible winner.
We have a wiener.
We have a wiener. Okay, you're live watching Crap Maniac.
What was that?
You're live, Sonny.
Okay. Hey, what's up, Crap and Mooch? Hey, this is your boy Maniac. I just want to ask you a question right quick. I know I'm a little late to the party, but with the PS Pro, I'm hearing that it's overheating or something like that. Do you think Sony is gonna delay it, go back to the drawing board, or with this thing with Mark Cerny talking about an extra 4 terabytes or extra 4 teraflop, whatever it is? Do you think they're gonna try to sneak that in while they fixing the PS Pro? Thank you.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. They are shipping some. I don't know if the delay was to fix some issues, but apparently I've heard, and Jez has heard this as well, who he's friends with people at Microsoft and hears things as well, that there were production issues with this thing. So, they're not going to beef it up. The 8.4 teraflop thing was Mark Cerny talking out of his ass, but of basically something that any of these systems could do if they wanted to, but nobody does, because it's not as simple as they make it out to sound with the whole, using a 16-bit thing instead of a 32-bit system or whatever, because the quality takes a hit and things like that. You're talking about one indie studio with a small game did that, right? But it's a lot different. It's more complicated than just to say, okay, it's 8.4 teraflops. So yeah, the 8.4 teraflops is a bunch of bullshit. Or if you choose to drink the Kool-Aid, then Scorpio will be like over 12 teraflops. You know what I mean? So no matter how you look at it, Xbox will be 100%, will be 100% more powerful than that. You know what I mean? Like, no, I get it. They're grasping for this, but why not? Why not, instead of grasping for that? Look, I wouldn't even care. Like, I'm willing to say, look, the PS4 stuff is going to look good. You're going to have really good looking games on a console for the next 11 months, and then something's going to come out that's going to shit all over it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I've never not said that the PS4 Pro stuff wouldn't look good. Right? Teraflops. I like how they say that. Teraflops instead of teraflops. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? But look, there's not really, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I'm content with Xbox stuff. I'm not going to like switch over to PlayStation 4 because that's not where I'm used to gaming. And, I don't know. I just don't really see the advantages to doing that just because it's got a little bit more power,
Right.
But if you talked up power right now, and you're trying to tout power for the PS4 Pro, then you know what I would say, Mooch? I'm a little bit concerned. Like, if this thing does sell really well, then what does that say for the gaming community? Are they just buying it because it's powerful? Like, that would be my question. And if they do, then does that bode well for Scorpio? Because that's going to be even more powerful.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to find out just how much this power slogan is going to keep going for the next year or two. I'm hoping Microsoft's kind of banking on it too. Now the gaming media has changed their tune, right? Because Sony's not going to be able to keep up with power. So now it's like, come on, 4K, little under 4K, native, not native, potato, whatever you want to call it. Now the gaming media is changing their narrative. But we said this was coming too. Yeah. But at the same time, I do think that if the Pro does well in sales, that just speaks volumes for Scorpio. Crap, you nailed it. Because that would mean that power still is king. And if power is king, the minute that Microsoft has their new box out there, right on the front, it's going to say, I don't think they're going to put teraflops, but they're going to put, most powerful gaming console to date or something like that. They'll probably put something very, very professionally snarky on the box.
Yeah, and I hope they do. I mean, look, you've got to kind of fight fire with fire. You don't even got to be dicks about it. Just be like, hey, we are the most powerful console. Like, Sony is trying to kind of confuse people a little bit here with this kind of stuff. So I mean, Microsoft has to go right out and fire back. You know what I mean? So and I'm excited to see what that's all about, because I'm upgrading stuff to 4K in time for Scorpio. You know what I mean? I'm looking to probably get my first 4K TV this year. So I'm excited for all this stuff. You know what I mean? I'm going to buy it. I've been looking at some like 4K Ultra Blu-rays, and you know what I mean? Like,
well, people say it all the time. People say all the time, they're like, I don't want to talk about hardware. I don't want to talk about hardware. You guys don't understand. Hardware in video games is the yin to the yang, right? You can't sit here and get excited about, like, I can't wait to see what this new game's going to be. Well, it takes the hardware to play it. And the stronger your hardware, typically, the better your software, because then you can utilize more. I don't, a lot of people are like, let's not talk about hardware. It really is the other end of what we're talking about. It's the yin to the yang. So, I mean, I don't know. Personally, I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be great. I'm day one on Scorpio, naturally. Like that, there's a shocker, right?
Hey, Jay, I hear we've got voicemail.
Do we have a
voicemail from Red?
Nice.
Okay.
Let's hear him.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. I'm a big fan of the show. My question is this. I was watching PS4's Lover Digital Foundry, and they were looking at a game called Killing Floor 2, which looks really cool. They were saying that this game was 60 FPS and the checkerboard 4K rendering. When they were testing it, the frame rate was all over the place, even going down to 30 FPS. My question is this. Will the Scorpio have an unlocked frame rate, or will it be more than 60 FPS? Also, will you guys be selling anything related to the show? I'm interested in supporting the show even more. Thanks.
Well, that was great.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for calling in. We do. We have M&C Morning stuff, mugs, shirts, whatever you want that logo on. You can check out. Well, it looks like Mooch didn't put any of that stuff.
I didn't put anything in there this morning. I didn't. I thought we were actually rushing to get in. I will have it all in there though. I'll have it in there right after the show.
Like, yeah, anybody that wants to buy some cool like M&C Morning stuff or whatever, there's the Redbubble links and stuff like that we have where you can buy like the shirts, hoodies, whatever the hell you want. You know, we got it. They sell it all. They just basically put the logo on whatever you want. There's a bunch of different stuff you can choose from: coffee mugs, travel mugs, whatever, and you know, have a good time with it. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do we have any more voicemails, Jay?
Yes, we do. We have one from, let me just find it here, from Stick Figure.
Oh,
Stick
nice.
Figure.
He's always in the chat.
Yeah.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. It's Stick Figure here, all the way from Australia. Love the show, guys. Keep it up. I appreciate all the time you guys put in, and also calling out the media whenever you can, and calling out Sony. They need to be called out. You know, I hope you guys get bigger and bigger, and I just think, you know, I'm sick of you guys, or I'm sick of even myself. I get labelled a fanboy as soon as I say anything bad about Sony. But the truth is, Sony are just a despicable company. The way they do things, it's an absolute disgrace. You know, I will never ever buy a Sony product ever in my life again. I bought a PlayStation 1, but, you know, I would never go to Sony. I don't care what they bring out, what console, whatever, man. I would never support them. I'm not a fanboy. I just don't like the way they treat people. It's just disgusting. And, you know, the thing is, Microsoft are absolutely smashing them right now. So, and I think that's going to continue. And I think with the Scorpio, I just want to say, I think we've been a little fixated on spec. I think Microsoft have got big things coming with that console, and we're going to hear about them over the next 12 months, obviously. But one of the things I think it's more than spec. It's going to be features, it's going to be games, and it's going to be VR. I think it's going to, you know, everyone's talking about affordable VR with the PlayStation, man. But who wants shit VR? No one does. It makes you sick. It's no good. People say, no, I've had a really great time on my VR, but, you know, I don't want a really great time. I want a fucking awesome time. I'm going to pay all that money, and the technology's there. It's just got to be dealt with properly in the, you know, the careful hands of Microsoft. So Microsoft are going to blow it out the water with features, games, and VR. Sorry, Sony, you wanted a console war. You wanted to start all this shit, which you did, and you still continue to do, pissing Microsoft off. Well, it's shock and awe campaign for you guys now, and you're about to get blown out the fucking water. Catch you guys.
I like the way this guy thinks. Good job, Stick Figure.
Yeah, Stick Figure, that was awesome. And, you know, let me tell you something. Like, don't just listen to his words and, like he said, label him as a fanboy. You know what? We're all consumers. Like I said, you know, even when you're just walking down the grocery aisle and you, like, you know, I don't know, whatever it is. Maybe it's Count Chocula versus your local grocery store's version of it, you know, like chocolate and oats. You know, whatever they want to call it. My point being is that some people are like, well, you know, I picked up a cereal made by Johnson & Johnson, and it just tasted like shit, or I didn't care for it, or blah, 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 or I got whatever it was. You made a decision as a consumer which product you're going to go for. And he made a decision that Sony's practices, and listen, we all know Sony has one of the worst customer service lines in history. So with that being said, he made his decision. There's other people who made their decisions based off of other things. I applaud Stick Figure. I say the same thing. I personally have a PS4 more for the reasons of YouTube, etc. Because this generation, I've owned PS3, PS2, PS1, but I never really played on them. I didn't. I just wanted to be able to have it in case there was something that came out. It's an odd way to actually spend your money. We don't really do that in any other category in life, right? Like you don't buy like 3 couches in case, you know, when you go shopping for a couch, your ass likes 3 or 4 of them. You don't buy all 3 or 4 in case, you know, your ass on Wednesday wanted to sit in the reclining end of a couch. So, I mean, like, I don't understand why we do that as gamers, but we all do that. And then if you don't have all systems, you know, what does everybody even say to me? Don't knock it till you try it, move. I've been playing video games since 1983, guys. I don't need to know if Titanfall 2 is the greatest thing since sliced bread when I've played Titanfall 1 and a zillion games that play just like it, including Call of Duty, which Vincent Bella basically went back to copying. You know, so when people say those things, it's like, come on. You know, you could say that to maybe somebody who's like 12 years old who's never played. If you have a nephew or a son or daughter, you're like, you haven't played yet, guys. Give it a chance, kiddo. You know, but like, you can't say it to me. It doesn't really work that way. Not that I'm the say-all, end-all, but I've got my own experience and my own opinions, just like everybody else does. But, you know, I think one thing that we do crap on this show that people seem to call in and really like is they warrant our opinion. I think we give a different side to the coin. And that's why I take my stand on certain things like Titanfall. I've made other stands in the past. And like you say, we are human. We are entitled to change our minds on based upon history and events and things that happen. But ultimately, I want to thank Stick Figure for that call. And I implore more people to call in and speak their mind.
Absolutely. We have two more voicemails. So
let's get to those because the big winner is going to be off of our voicemails.
Yeah. So what's this other voicemail, Jay?
We've got one from Anthony Sherman.
Anthony, gotcha.
Hey, Mooch and Crap, love your show. And this is a question about achievements. Do you think that Microsoft will let you be able to delete achievements from your gaming history? Like, let's say if you can't beat a game or you're not interested in, or if it's glitched or their servers are shut down, do you think they'll have that feature in the future for that? Thanks.
I like that idea, and that's not the first time I've heard that crap. People want, like, I have a few games where you popped it in, right? You played it, and you're like, don't really care for that game. Meanwhile, you have 10 gamer score on that game.
Yeah.
What's your feeling? You're more of an achievement guy.
They do let you remove, like, if you didn't get an achievement and you played it, like, and instead of showing zeros, they do have a situation where you can delete that, or they did on the 360 anyway. So.
I don't know if they have that on the one, but crap, you know what? I hate to say it, but that's not good enough because a lot of games you'll play the first 10 minutes and you'll get an achievement for getting through the prologue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't see a problem with that. You know what I mean?
Not at all. It's first of all, it's your score, right? So if you want to read, you can never add to your score. That's improper. But if you want to take away, it's like when you go to a bank, right? Hi. I'm Mooch, and I want to deposit $1,000 in the Crap Gamers account. Okay, I can deposit whatever I want, but you can't withdraw, right? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's the opposite in this case. You could take out. You're not benefiting yourself by doing that. You just can't add to it. I think they should give us the right to delete. Maybe anything under 100 gamer score. Make it that way or something. You know, put a limitation on it. But that way, if you play 2-3 chapters and you have 25, 35, 50 achievement, and you're like, this game sucks. I don't want to play this anymore. You can delete it so it doesn't look like you're, there's people who care. They like to keep things neat and tidy. So I respect that.
Yeah, definitely. I 100% agree. I think it's, I don't know. I think that, people, they should listen. If that's something that a lot of people want, hey, why the hell not? I don't care. So do you want to go ahead and play the last voicemail, Jay?
Certainly.
Yo, it's your boy Platinum 706. Man, I want to say thank you, man. Thank you for being the voice of the gamer. Mooch, Crap Gamer. Man, I listen to y'all every Sunday morning. Keep doing what you're doing. Main thing, man, I just wanted to point some things out about Sony, man, how they always under-deliver. If you even go back to, like, the PlayStation 3 days, they promised, 1080p, 120 frames per second, multiple displays. Never happened. They also promised, you'll be able to party chat on the PS3. Never happened. And now they're tricking people with this HDR. HDR doesn't work on PS3. The HDMI cable is not even 2.2 DCP. The high definition copyright protection won't even work for the PlayStation 4. I mean, Sony's out here selling dreams. Xbox making the impossible happen. We got backwards compatibility on Xbox One. Microsoft innovators. They brought apps, the first console to have Netflix. Man, Microsoft been doing this thing with Xbox. Man, I just want to say thank you. Also, if y'all got any free Xbox Live cards, I mean, my Xbox Live expires next month. I'll take one. But just appreciate everything y'all doing, man. It's Platinum 706. I'm from Augusta, Georgia, and I'm showing you love.
Shout out to Platinum, man. Thank you for that call. And Platinum, your name is getting on. You'll see in a minute. We'll have to mute our mic crap when Jay pulls up the Wheel O voicemails. But once that comes up, Platinum, you are entered into the 3-month Xbox Live. So good luck to you in that.
Funny thing is, even the ponies are entered to win this stuff.
Yeah, we did. Hey, listen, you got to be fair to everybody. We appreciate all callers. So
law and order every time for us. But yeah, Sony sells dreams. That's what they do. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how many times I try to browbeat people and tell them, PS4, the standard one, that's not HDMI 2.0.
Right.
You're not going to get traditional HDR out of that. I don't care what kind of crap they're trying to sell. You know what I mean? So, hopefully not everybody's that stupid to believe this kind of stuff. So,
well, listen, if you don't believe me in crap, why don't you just, if you're a Sony fan, listen to Sony's 2 trademarks: greatness awaits and make believe.
Yes,
So
exactly.
That's their slogans. They're basically telling you what they're doing. They're making you believe, and they make you wait. And that's not us. That's them telling you.
Yeah. I also want to point out that the 3-month code of Xbox Live we're giving away is thanks to J.Twitch, which we should probably link his stuff.
Yes, I will. I'll be grabbing everything. Will be in the description, folks. You'll be seeing everything pop up. Where to find MNC Mornings merchandise. You'll be seeing Jay, the Graphic Gods information. You'll also be getting J.Twitch information because he's a huge sponsor of the show, and we appreciate it.
Absolutely. And I also want to say that on my Twitter at @the_crapgamer, I have it pinned where you can find the MNC Mornings merchandise and stuff as well. So you guys can check that out. J.Twitch, he's a new Twitch guy. He's trying to build up an audience. He doesn't have a huge subscriber base, so he's been giving us codes to give out to help promote him a bit, which works well for us and for him. And he does giveaways all the time during his Twitch streams, obviously trying to grow his channel. So go check his stuff out, absolutely, and appreciate him giving us codes to give away and things like that. We've got a really cool way to do this, and so if you guys want to win stuff next week, then calling and leave voicemails, and then we're going to do this cool spinning thing. Which, Jay, are you going to do the wheel spin?
Yeah, he's ready to go. We just have to mute our mics.
Let's go. And then we'll see who's going to win. So good luck to everybody who called, and this is going to be pretty cool. Let's do it.
All right, let's mute and Jay spin it. It looks like Matty Beast took home the 3-month live, which I know Matty's already thinking what he's going to do with that. Matty's either going to use it right away, crap, or he's going to end up recycling it back into our gifts. I know Matty. Matty's. I said
but that is kick ass. I love that. I was like watching it on the thing. And they're like rigged. There's no
rigged. It's rigged. No, believe me, it's not.
When they were showing it to me pre-show, the creepy bunny one, and I was like, really? Like, we were just showing it off beforehand, like, of everybody that called in. So, he says, give
it to Platinum.
All right.
Wow, Matty Beast. Matty Beast, a man among ants. What's up, buddy? Thank you so much. That's very nice and gracious of you. Platinum is going to get that. Platinum, make sure you get a hold of us somehow. We have to get, well, I think, Jay, you might even have his information. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've got everything.
We will, abide by Matt's wishes, and we will get that to Platinum. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Matty, the winner, graciously giving it to Platinum. Nice. Very, very cool. Thanks to Matty Beast for that, too.
Absolutely.
That's what's great about this community. This community continues to give, whether they give it in time with podcasts or gifts or donations and then re-gifting a donation. It's just more and more and more giving. And I'm sorry, I just don't see this on the other platform. So
I agree 100%.
Yeah, but they're great and we're evil for some reason. I don't know. I haven't quite figured that one out yet. That one I'm going to take to the grave with me, crap.
Yeah, hey, I mean, we're scum. You know what can you do? So
evil people.
Yeah, it's not rigged. It's like a thing. Like anybody can win it. All you have to do is call up, leave a voicemail, and then when we do giveaways, you can.
If it was rigged, then Matty would have won, and Matty would have just taken it. Matty just gave it away. So
hey, I got another idea. Let's spin it again. I got a month of EA access.
All right, yeah, Jay, you want to spin it? Do you want to bring that up again?
Just give me a moment.
Yep. Let's give Jay a second.
Jay a minute. Because I forgot that I have this EA access code to give away as well. So
okay, so another one will win it. Here we go. Mute your mic and good luck.
Yep.
Platinum just wins the Platinum wins the jackpot. That is outstanding. That is outstanding. Platinum. I don't know if Platinum's even in the chat right now, but he's the big winner. He wins a month of EA access as well.
Yeah.
So, hey man, listen. You know what? Platinum came. Listen, Platinum came out. That was the first time I'd heard him call in. If I'm wrong, correct me. But he came in. He asked the question properly. And let me be honest with you. He put his heart on the line and said that he needed it. So if it's somebody in need, it makes me feel better that it went out to him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's a good thing for the community, and I like helping people out as well. But now maybe he's not an EA Access subscriber. Now he can try out Battlefield, he can't try out Titanfall 2 because Vince Zampella or whatever. But yeah.
Unfortunately, you're not gonna be able to try out the quote unquote great campaign of Titanfall 2 Platinum because Vince Zampella screwed you over. My apologies for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like Platinum gets both a 1 month of EA Access code and a 3-month Xbox Live code. Congrats to that.
Does Jay have his info, Crap?
He should, since he called.
I got all the callers' info because they're emailing, and that's another thing I want to say is thanks to everybody who's been using the new method to email in the voicemails because of Skype's no longer allowing it. So I'm getting people to use their phones to send in voicemails, and it's been working out like gangbusters. It's really good. And that way I can also keep track of the people, get their email addresses, and be able to send them their codes pretty instantly.
The voicemail sound so crisp and clear, too, doing it this way.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it sounds awesome. I'm definitely a fan of it. So, yeah, man, I appreciate it. I guess we should start winding it down.
Yeah, we'll wind it down. Crap. Well, I know I'll speak for both of us because we're both going to be on the show. 7 o'clock tonight, Zaire's channel, BGST, where we'll break it down with Tim Dog, Showstopper, Zaire, K Mega, Crap, and myself. And then, hopefully we'll be done in time for Walking Dead, 9 o'clock. So you've got M&C Mornings, NFL Football, BGST, and The Walking Dead, Negan's second big show. This is a hell of a Sunday, people. I'm glad you spent it with us. Crap, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I had a video drop at 1 because usually that's what time we get over it. So it was just scheduled. I know, right? But it's about this PS4 Pro ad that comes out where they're talking about the most powerful console ever, and it's just basically me poking Sony in the chest and saying enjoy it for the next 10 months or so. You'll have a good laugh watching it. Don't get triggered. It's all in good fun. So go check it out. Give it a thumbing because I'd appreciate it. Yeah, and you guys all have a kick-ass day, man. It's always good. This is I know I'll probably get shit for this. This is probably my favorite show to do for the fact that we're so interactive with everybody.
Yeah, no, this is
I like that they are the ones that control the tempo and what we talk about. You know what I mean? Like, look, not every show could do that because I don't think you have to really know your shit. You know what I mean? When people are like, what do you think about this?
Graphic God either.
That's
exactly.
True. Yeah,
exactly.
That's true. You have to know your shit, and you have to have a graphic god, and there's only one, and we have him.
Hey, Jay, what do you think? Do you have Titanfall 2?
I don't. I'm kind of in the same boat as Mooch. I'm waiting for it to be in the vault.
Oh, okay.
Bravo.
Really?
Titanfall.
Because I love number 1.
Titanfall 2, it's for you. Trust me when I say that.
Titanfall 2, see you in the vault.
Everybody should buy it. It's a great game. Fantastic.
Oh, God.
Vince Zampella is not here with any kind of weapon.
Next week, Jay, if you could add a helicopter soundtrack when he says that would be Vince Zampella picking crap up for his private lunch. So, that would be great if you were like, gotta go, guys, and it's just you taking off. But
yeah, so yeah, I mean, look, go ahead, Jay.
No, I just want to add that if anyone there likes any of the shirts that they see, like the shirt that my icon is wearing is the Pony Leggbreaker Extraordinaire shirt. You can buy that all on Crap Gamer's Redbubble site, and my site should be listed in the description later.
Yeah, it will be there in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I do a lot of avatars for the community, and every time I create an avatar, I put it in my shirt site so people can go in and buy the shirts.
Jay, do we have That's a You Problem shirt yet for the Mooch?
We do, and it's on, I'm pretty sure it's either on the BGST shirt site or it's on Crap's shirt site. But all those descriptions will be listed.
Outstanding. Very cool. Jerry, you...
Sorry, and I was just going to say, in my site will be listed, and I sell my own shirts. And please, we don't make a ton of money from these things, so I don't think we're getting rich off this. This is
You know what, Jay? Like somebody bought some stickers, and they're like, "We're depositing money in your PayPal." It was like 75 cents or something. I was like, "Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yes, oh yeah,
yeah."
Like, I just think it's cool that people can buy stuff with their logos and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like,
absolutely.
Yeah, we're not really making anything off those, but it is cool to have that stuff out there. So it makes it feel like, I don't know, like this is, I don't really look at this so much as a podcast, as more of almost a radio show, which is why this show is going to be going to iTunes as well. So we're working on that, and that way, like, a lot of people have asked us about it. I feel like this show has a very clean sound. We do the call-ins and stuff like that. So you know, it's very cool, and you guys have asked for it, and we're going to try to deliver that, and hopefully you guys appreciate it and check it out.
All right, cool. Jay, we do have our echo in, so are you ready to close out?
Today,
I'm ready.
I feel like the luckiest man alive.
Good day, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Have a good day. Come on.